Baby, I'm worth it. Jeg elsker introduktionsmusikken her, og den første deltager er Sandra, og hun er en pige, som alle kan se fra adskillige kilometers afstand, og hun har i hvert fald aldrig nogensinde fået konfigureret sit ansigt af nogen som helst type læge. Overhovedet ikke. No.
Men jeg tænker at en jente som mig, de fortjener bare det bedste.
Jeg tænker at en jente som mig fortjener bare det bedste. Hun er kredsen, men fortjener det bedste. Fair nok, hun har selvtilliden i orden, men lad os se, om hun har noget at have det i.
Nogle gange så er det lidt slitsomt at dra på byen, fordi der altid kommer gutter og prøver sig.
Ja, hun er altså ikke meget for at tage i byen, fordi alle drengene, de cirkler omkring hende, som var det fluer, der cirkler omkring en lort, eller fluer, der cirkler omkring hendes hjerne, eller noget masse af samme kvalitet, for jeg gætter på, at det er, hvad der er derinde i kraniet, den her fede kælling. Fed er hun ikke, det trækker jeg tilbage, men kælling, det står jeg ved.
Jeg kan fort se at jeg siger at du er stygg, kan du bare gå ligesom?
Kan du bare gå ligesom? Hun gør det jo ret klart og tydeligt for os alle sammen, at hun er en form for skolepatrulje inde i klubberne, fordi hun beder alle drengene om at gå ligesom. Gå lige din vej, så kan det være, at hun skal stå og navigere ligesom en, der står og navigerer flytrafikken. Hun bestemmer i hvert fald, hvilken retning fyrene skal gå, og det er den modsatte retning af, hvor hende hun står, som er over i The Big Fat Bitch Area af klubben, gætter jeg på. Men vi er ikke færdige, fordi gud skønne Sandra, hun skal selvfølgelig have sit slow motion shot, som man skal i alle introer med respekt for sig selv. Så lad os se, hvad tilrettelæggeren har fundet på af glimrende skud til hende. Glimrende slow motion scene, Sandra. 10 ud af 10 herfra. Men nu skal vi selvfølgelig også stoppe med bare at køre på hende for de her lidt... Ja, altså, ofte så er det programmet, der sådan ligesom guider dem i retning af, det her det kunne være mega fedt, hvis du lavede. Ja, det kan godt være, at resten af Norge kommer til at grine af dig derhjemme i stuerne, men vi synes, det er mega fedt. Gør det nu bare, vi får masser af views. Vi udnytter dig. Anyway, det kan jo være, at hun rent faktisk har en god personlighed, og at hun bare lige bliver fremstillet lidt forkert her. Lad os lige prøve at høre, hvad hun har mellem ørerne. Lad os prøve at høre nogle pointer, hvad hun synes om fyre og kærlighedslivet generelt.
Tager jo ikke med ham igen, hvis den var teeny tiny sosis liksom.
Det handler om dealeren. Man vender ikke tilbage, hvis den er lille. Det er ned og så sæt ligesom mig. Hun dater altså ikke nogen, eller vender i hvert fald ikke tilbage til nogen, hvis de har en mini-pølse. Altså, jeg kan sige straight up allerede her, spørg Kasper vil ikke have en chance hos hende her divaen. Det er 100. Men hun skal jo ikke være alene i den her ex-villa. No. Nu kommer der noget mandekød, og hvad er hendes første reaktion til ham, da han kommer gående langs strandkanten? Sikke, jeg snakker som en nyhedsoplæser. Jeg burde virkelig stoppe med det, fordi det er træls at høre på i længden.
Han i hvert fald.
Han har tanden i hvert fald. Ja, hun siger, at han er i hvert fald solbrændt. Så det er det, hun lige umiddelbart kan skimte på afstand. Men det er noget specielt ved ham her, som skiller sig ud fra de andre deltagere.
Jeg kommer. Han har jobb, eget hus og alt på stel.
Alt på stel? Jeg vidste ikke, at alt på stel, det betyder, at man har styr på sit liv. Norsk er et fremragende sprog at lære. Anyways, han har simpelthen et job og et sted at bo. Det fremgår ikke, hvilket job han har, om han bare går med aviser, eller om han bor i et fancy villa-kvarter i 250 kvadratmeters hus. Men han har i hvert fald et job. Og det er det, der gør ham lidt unik og skiller sig ud fra de andre deltagere. Jeg kan se, hvordan de allerede nu står lidt nervøs på den strand der. Har du hørt om den nye? Han har et job. Har han et job? Hvordan skal vi konkurrere med det? Jeg har ikke arbejdet hele min livstid. Det eneste, jeg arbejder på, det er fandme min tale. Jeg er så pølsebræben. Ham har jeg også arbejdet ovenpå, men det var en reverse cowgirl. Men det er også her, vi finder villaens første snært af fungerende, levende intelligens, i og med, at han skal vurdere, om han er mest til puppa eller rumpa.
Ja, det er så jævlig vanskelig å velge, for det finnes ganske mange fine pupper ut der, og ganske mange fine rumper. Jeg tror kanskje jeg må velge rumpe, altså. Han
valgte altså bagdele som hans foretrukne kropsdel. Fantastisk. Følg med i næste afsnit, når han skal vælge imellem albuer og navler. Sikke en tiebreaker det nok bliver. Lad os da lige prøve at circle back og lige se, om Sandra hun har fået lavet mindre ved sit ansigt siden første gang vi mødte hende. Nej, det ser faktisk on the contrary ud til, at hun har fået lavet endnu mere. Så lad os langsomt hoppe videre til den næste deltager på stranden, som minder lidt om en kendt Barbie, men hold da ferie, han har meget at byde på.
Øystein.
Sikke han kommer til at rock our world, fordi Øystein, han har noget bestemt, han godt kan lide at gøre, og det har han tænkt sig, når han kommer ind i huset.
Jeg elsker at gøre det. Gå ind med den bogen og dingle lidt med pølsen.
Dingle lidt med pølsen. Det lyder endnu klammer på norsk. Jeg ved ikke, hvad fanden. Dingle lidt med pølsen.
Og dingle lidt med pølsen.
Så må vi fandme bare Jeg håber, at når han dingler den pølse der, den har en rimelig størrelse. Ellers så vender Sandra i hvert fald aldrig nogensinde tilbage. Jeg ved om Sandras plastikko egentlig har en kæmpe pølse, siden hun konstant er der.
Og dingle lidt med pølsen.
Oh my god. Jeg tænker en ting lige her. Men inden vi skal kigge på den anden ting, som Ørstain, han også bare virkelig elsker at gøre, så er det tid til et indslag, der har været savnet, men nu er det heldigvis tilbage. Don't you worry. Roll the intro! Dette er Far Jokes med Johnny Gade Daddy. Hvornår stopper den her? Jesus Christ, den er godt nok lang. Den her introduktionsmusik, sådan. Chopper.dk, han skriver, hvor meget vejer du? 82 kilo med briller. Okay, men hvad vejer du så uden dine briller? Det ved jeg ikke, for jeg kan ikke se uden. Cube. Han skriver, vidste du, at Bornholmerne er kannibaler? Fordi de lever af turister. Tillykke til Cube og Chopper.dk. I har begge to vundet bare 2 kubikmeter luft. Goddammit, how sexy. Tillykke med det. Kunne du tænke dig at vinde ugens far-joke, så kan du bare lige skrive en kommentar i kommentarfeltet, så kan det være, der vinder 2 kubikmeter hotdogs. Ja. Like videoen, hvis du også elsker.
Og dingle lidt med pølsen.
Men nu skal vi til at tjekke den anden ting, som Øjweird han rigtig godt kan lide at lave. Og det er intet ringere end det her.
Pølsen, fise på jentene og gutterne.
Han glæder sig simpelthen til at komme ind i villaen for at fise på jenterne og gutterne. Men der er mere til ham end bare fis og ballade. Der er også noget andet, han er rigtig dygtig til.
Jeg bliver god i sengen. Altså, jeg kører på. Jeg bare...
Jesus Christ, er man lige liv efter man har været til pyjamasfest hos ham gutten her? I do not know. Men det er ikke nødvendigvis samkvem med en kvinde, der udelukkende tænder ham fyren her. No, no, no.
Sex med en kvinde, sagde der i går. Når jeg går og drikker med gutter, får jeg sædefølelsen.
Når han drikker med gutter, så får han sædefølelsen. Han får simpelthen sædefølelse i kroppen, når han drikker med gutterne. Jesus Christ, jeg vil føle mig lidt utilpas, hvis jeg sad i et fodboldomklædningsrum med ham her. High-five med nogle drenge, der bare sådan, yeah, we did it, man, we did it, og han bare sidder over hjørnet. Men altså, ikke at der er noget galt i det, men det virker bare lidt små-creepy, vil jeg sige. Og why in God's name skal du kalde det sædefølelsen? Sædefølelsen, kan du ikke bare sige, at du bliver tændt, eller opstemt, eller liderlig, eller horny, eller kode, eller sædefølelsen? Jeg får sæd... Enten så er det norsk, der ikke translator så godt til dansk, eller også har man bare messed op i sit lille... det passer ikke, kæmpe hoved. Just gotta love this guy, altså. Han har hele pakken, 100% svigermors drøm lige her. Men det er hans ankomst på stranden, der er den allerbedste, fordi det er jo førstehåndsindtrykket, der er det vigtigste i den her verden. Og det forstår han virkelig, og wow, okay, lad os prøve at se det. Jeg ved ikke, om det er ham her Øjweirds flex, der er det mest mærkelige, eller om det er ham der Remy-guttens reaktion på det.
Still weak, vulnerable. I must strike before he can resist.
Make his power yours. The other lords will.
What happened?
She saw me.
She knows we're looking for her. Only a matter of time before she comes after us.
Not necessarily.
What do you mean?
Mephisto is reforming. And Lilith aims to take his power while he is still weak.
So, that's what you'd be preparing for. All right, old man. Think. Think! If she takes Mephisto's power, she'll become like a prime evil herself. Conquer hell. I have an idea. How to stop her. But for it to work, you'll need the help of an old ally. Deliver this message to Donkey. He'll have gone to Kyovashad for guidance.
Gucci, oh my Gucci, oh my Gucci, oh my Gucci. Jeg kan ikke lide, jeg laver helt en høj bak.
Du kan godt lave det. Sejt, men du er god til.
Den skal helt op til månen. Det er fordi, at en monster truck, den skal. Nej.
Jeg tror, ham der Remy, han har kæmpe identitetskrise her på stranden. Og det er fordi, han inde i sit hoved simpelthen ikke kan bestemme, om han bedst kan lide overarm eller nakkemuskler som sin favorit kropsdel. Men måske vi finder ud af det i afsnit 3. Men lad os nu bare få næste deltager på banen.
Jeg vil sige, at jeg er den chilleste person, jeg kender.
Pernille, hun er en meget afslappet person. Det er et ud af de 2 karakteristika, som hun slår rigtig meget på. Hun er en meget afslappet, chill, laid-back person. Men samtidigt...
Jeg er flink på en god fest. Der sker magien.
Ja, hun fester altså også gerne helt vanvittigt meget. Det der magien sker. Hun er super afslappet, men hun er også klar på noget kokain og nogle bajer herover. Så det er lidt yin-yang med hende her, Pernille. Men i hvert fald det, der skiller hende ud, det er, at hun godt kan lide at feste. Hun er ankommet til et festhus. Et hus fyldt med alkohol og ekskærester. Og det, hun kan bidrage med, det er, at hun kan godt lide at feste. I modsætning til alle de andre, som er kommet for at strikke, selvfølgelig. Drikke! Jeg synes, du sagde strikke! Og jeg skal fandme ikke drikke. Jeg kommer for at strikke i hvert fald. Du kan fandme tro nej. Altså, jeg skal strikke eller vrikke. Ikke drikke. Der er fandme hørt forkert, det har I. Glem det, pis. Øj, fy for sat. Det er hende Sandra, der overhovedet har fået lavet meget til dansk. Hold op. Men det er tid til at hilse på den anden sidste deltager, og hun er gudsmuk.
Jævlig fint smil. Jævlig fine øjne. Ja, alt er egentlig jævlig fint.
Det vil jeg give hende. Hun er rigtig, rigtig smuk. Men lad os krydse fingre for, at den her deltager er meget nede på jorden. Jo vist, hun er måske nok klar over, at hun er i den høje ende af skønhedsspektret. Men hun er sikkert nede på jorden. Det her det er sikkert sådan, altså villaen, sådan intellektuelle overhoved. Som ja, jeg er godt klar over, at jeg er smuk, men jeg har altså også noget mellem ørerne, og det er ikke kun udseende, der tæller. Jeg er ikke selvglad eller selvoptaget. Vel, altså lad os håbe, vi krydser. Okay.
Jeg siger jo sådan, at æsj, nej, du får ikke bli med, liksom, for du er på band, og nu er det vår tur, liksom.
Ja, hendes venner, de siger, at hun må ikke komme med i byen, for hun er simpelthen for smuk. Nu er det deres tur til at blive set lidt på. Hun er simpelthen så flot, at hun må ikke komme med. Det er sådan, Lind selv beskriver sig i hvert fald, så... Yes. Men der er andre, der er også meget begejstrede for Lind, og det her blandt andet vores allesammens øje-weird. Første gang han ser hende på stranden, der går det lidt meget amok.
Fy fan, det stoppar. Altså, det kødde han, altså, det hade han, wow.
Fy foran hans hjerte, det stoppede fuldstændig. Han var helt oppe at køre over hende her. Han ville gifte sig og have børn med hende, uddyber han faktisk senere. Men så kommer der lige sådan et behind the scenes, altså off-beach skud, hvor de står individuelt og lige skal fortælle, hvad de synes om hinanden. Og det her, det er så hans umiddelbare, helt naturlige, uncut reaktion til hendes udseende. Han er ikke specielt overfladisk, vel? Det her, det er hans reaktion til hendes udseende. You gotta love this guy. Han er nede i en doggy, og han hyler af sine lunger ud. You just gotta love this guy. Men er der nogen, man kan elske mere end ham? Jeg tvivler næppe, men den sidste deltager skal selvfølgelig også have en chance for at få præsenteret sig selv ordentligt, og det er Håvard.
Jeg tjekker ikke noe, jeg bare, det må ordne sig.
Sker bare. Han lægger simpelthen ikke an på damerne. Nu er vi simpelthen nået til the highest level of ungkarleri her. Altså fissefrans scorekarl her. Han lægger ikke engang an på damerne. Det sker bare. Altså han sidder bare sådan her derhjemme i sin lænestol sådan her. Og så lige øjeblikket senere. Det sker simpelthen bare. Han kan ting. Alright, lad os lige prøve at høre lidt mere til ham her gutten.
Det er mest fordi med mig selv, det må være håret. Altså jeg bliver ofte spurt om at tage et strikke.
Hans hår er hans bedste træk, og folk de beder ham altid om at tage elastik nu. Det er faktisk sådan, jeg har det præcis på samme måde. Folk bliver også altid meget. Johnny, kan du ikke lige slå det ud sådan? Men jeg gør det, men jeg er så sjældent elastikken ud af mit hår, simpelthen fordi jeg får det i øjnene hele tiden, og så kan jeg ikke se noget, og det hader jeg virkelig bare. Men 100% respekt til ham her, han virker virkelig også som en, der fatter mere end ingenting. Ikke rigtigt faktisk. Boys and girls, tusind tak fordi I har set den her video. Det har været en fornøjelse at lave den for jer. Jeg håber, I vil smide en fartjoke i kommentarsporet og smide et like til good old daddy her. Jeg har sgu hygget mig med at lave den, jeg har hygget mig med at lave den her video. Prøver jeg at sige på almindelig dansk. Au, jeg bed.
Albert Dyrlund er han mundretarderet. Albert.
Jeg tror ikke, han er lige så retarderet som mig. Det må man give ham. Men til gengæld, den gamle...
I wish people didn't hate women.
Well, you know, they're very hateable. People are looking for content creators to fill every single facet of their life, yeah. So like people in these red pill spaces will, when they argue with me, for instance, it's like, oh, well, you don't want to live a life like this guy because he has blah, 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 blah. And then I'll say, well, I'm not here to sell you my whole life. I don't think you should try to live my whole life. There are like a couple of ideas that I want you to take from me, right? Like a critical thought process or how to evaluate research or sources. Like, but that's it. I'm not trying to sell you my whole lifestyle. But it feels like when people online are looking at content creators today, they're looking for like the full lifestyle package, which I think is kind of weird and probably not healthy.
Hello guys, today we have a very special guest. His name is Steven Bonelli. Steven and I have been friends for, God, I don't know how many years now, right? It's been like 2 years since I've last spoken to him, and he kindly carved out enough time in his extraordinarily busy schedule to make time for this podcast. So thank you for coming on, Steven.
I'm just so excited because this is the first time you've ever used special to refer to me in a way that's not an insult. So I really look forward to our painting today.
I'm really excited to see your painting too.
Me too. I'm sure it's going to turn out amazing.
I think it's going to be so good. And
It'll be splendid.
Thank you so much for coming on and like, you know, making the time. I know you're very busy. You have like what, Red Pill podcasts or something?
I do a lot of like red pill stuff now, so I'm really excited today that however you paint me, I'm sure you're going to be really respectful of the fact that, you know, people accuse me of like being bisexual and like, stuff like that, and I'm sure you're not going to reference that at all in any of your painting stuff. A little bit, but no more than normal, you know.
Okay.
But I'm sure that this podcast is greatly going to improve my
I think so too. I think it will increase our friendship level, honestly. Like, I feel like we've been long overdue for like a really healthy, honest conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. You know. Let's go. All right.
You know how to use it?
Yeah.
I can teach you like some basics.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
You have like a 50mm brush, or what are we looking at here?
Oh, I went on this whole right-wing Twitter thing because of you, because I wanted to see what you're responding to. I went on this rabbit hole of, what's his name, Matt Walsh?
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's him, right? Matt Walsh?
Oh, the guy is him.
And then I started reading his tweet, and then I saw like a bunch of other people tweeting about it, and then I went on...
You were like, I agree with this way more than I thought.
I went on this rabbit hole of, what's her name? Yeonmi Park? You know, the North Korean defector girl who's apparently right-wing. I don't know, it's like this whole rabbit hole of Twitter, and I'm like, this whole side of Twitter I never knew. Trying to, you know, relate to you or talk about something that you know how to talk about.
Oh, okay.
I
admire the effort.
Thank you.
Are these the palettes we're using?
Yes.
Oof, okay. I normally prefer oak, because I think it holds the paint better, but this is okay, I guess, yeah.
Do you want some tips?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Well, what would you say, though? Because they're listening to the back.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Do you start off with like a paint of liquid white, or?
So... life.
My life is going great. How's your life going? So I see you guys moved out here. Am I allowed to talk about that?
Yes.
How do you like the new place you live in?
We decided to just live together one more time.
One more time? Is this like the final season of OTV? Wow.
Final season. I think by the time this comes out, you'll know that, you know, Pokey's leaving.
Oh my God!
I'm so...
What? Hold on, I gotta turn my stream off.
Shut up.
Oh my God, Lily, what did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Why is she leaving you?
Well, she said there were too many each. I'm just joking.
What?
Joke, dude. I have an episode with her talking about it.
You had an episode?
We already filmed it. So
oh my God. Yeah? What was her main reason that wasn't you involved? Because that was probably a big part of it.
It just felt like the right time. Mostly. That's
wow. I've been doing a lot of political conversations in red pill spaces. That's what I'm doing now. Relationships. Somehow, yeah, it's...
That's cool.
It's not very cool, but...
I know.
Yeah.
I wish people didn't hate women.
Well, you know, they're very hateable. How's
What do you hate about women the most?
What do I hate about women the most?
You said they're very hateable.
They speak in annoying octaves, they've got very annoying voice patterns, they have very annoying behaviors around the house and in public, they're just typically very attention-seeking. Online, they tend to draw a lot of unnecessary attention themselves, away from like whatever content they're involved in. They ruin communities. I'm just kidding, guys.
You mean that, right?
Oh, yeah, of course not. What about you? What do you hate about women?
I love women.
Really?
Yeah, I love women.
It's okay if you don't like them. I wouldn't after Pokey backstab you guys by...
Seriously?
By leaving OTK. Or OTV. I don't know what the fuck you guys are anymore.
When you say Red Pill podcast, is it like a podcast of dudes who just don't like woman, or what is it?
Yeah, basically, that's close enough. Yeah.
And you go on this to specifically.
I'm saying that like it's okay to hate women, but we should hate them for different reasons, basically.
Are you memeing right now? I can't tell. He's memeing, right? You don't actually hate women, right?
Not all of them.
Okay, that's nice.
I'm supposed to wear this shirt for a show later. Now look at me, Lily.
Spill.
Hvornår skal du hvad? Når slår græs? Jamen, Fjord, han skulle være vågen om morgenen, skulle være kommet hjem. Så slår vi græs. Ja, men det kan være, hvis du lige går ud og ser lidt iPad, så kan det være, at hun snart er hjemme.
Bill, do you want an extra shirt?
It's too late now.
I mean, like, to, like, wear?
What, like one of your shirts?
Sorry, just offered.
No, okay, thanks, Lily. I'll consider it, okay?
No, it's
Do you have
fine.
one like in pink with Temmie on it?
Off?
And a giant yeah.
That shirt with the paint on it.
Okay, thanks. I will.
What kind of shirt? Wait, it's a Red Pill podcast, right?
Mhm.
Do you know what you're going to talk about beforehand? Do you come prepared to these things?
Well, I'm just naturally really good at like debating
Do you
conversations.
ever respond seriously to anything?
I am being serious. This is the only serious ones I've given you, okay? I'm naturally really good at
Well, like, actually, do you come prepared with materials and stuff?
Yeah, the only thing I need to come prepared is to bring the most important resource of all.
Your boom!
Yeah, exactly. See? In reality, like I've argued these topics so many times, I don't need to like prepare particularly. It'd be like asking you to like, can you come to my birthday party to play like anime music on the piano? And I'd be like, do you need to bring sheet music for that? And you'd be like, sheet music? I have every OST virtually programmed into my head. Like, I'm not gonna prepare for it, right? Because you already know, because you played these songs a million fucking times, like over and over and over and over again. You're probably playing in your sleep, right? Your old piano teacher probably has committed suicide because they see you play piano on stream, and like, why did I teach her all this Mozart shit when she just plays the same 4 chords for anime songs over and over and over again, you know? But it's that kind of thing, you know?
Do you still like Dinte Funk?
Yes! Do you want to go later?
Later today?
Oh, you're probably really busy. Oh
No,
my
I
god, that
know
was so
that-
rude. No, it's okay. I understand. I'm so sorry.
I actually
You
want
got-
to get food with
No,
you.
no,
I
it's okay.
Go to Santa Barbara.
I understand. You're really, really, really busy. No, it's okay. That's fine, Lily.
I'm free!
You're good. I have another Asian friend that lives in Glendale. I'll just have her like wear a mask or something and pretend it's you. It's all good. Don't worry.
Cringe. You're
It's
so
fine.
cringe.
It's okay.
Cringe.
Can you like put a filter on this so that the audience can't see anything?
Are you ashamed?
Yeah.
It's okay, Steven. You don't know what else to paint, do you? Do you want to swap canvases? We can do like a little swapsies.
Not until the end.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No, you can work on this. I can work on that.
Really?
Yeah.
But then we're gonna have to tell each other what it was.
That's fine. You want me to be honest? I think it'll be funny. I don't know.
Sure, let's do that, okay?
Alright. What is it?
It's not even okay, you're gonna try to guess what it is, okay? I just got more paint on me, Lily. Okay, are you ready to guess?
Yeah, okay. Why are you... No, just show me. It's fine.
Lily, hold on. Lily, hold on. Lily, I'm opening my heart to you right now, okay? If you hate on this too much, I'm gonna feel mortally wounded. Do you understand? Okay, please stop laughing. I need you to be very serious. I need you to be very serious. Can you guess at all what this is?
It's... Okay, so there's two trees.
Yeah.
There's a person in the middle with a dress.
Yeah.
Are they dead?
Yeah.
Is that a stream of water?
Yeah.
Okay, who is the dead person?
Kind of you.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. Why are you drawing me dead?
It was gonna be you feeding and bottling as Jana. But I can't draw anything, Lily.
I see. Do you still want to swap?
Show me yours. Yeah, what do you got so far? Oh my god, dude, come on, this is so bullshit. You bring me to this shit just to make me look like a fucking actual child.
You are.
You're like actually painting the fucking Mona Lisa here. Did you preload this? You actually cheated so hard. I bet you practiced like all night. That's why you're fucking tired right now. There's probably like 20 portraits upstairs where you've already sketched out everything. Jesus Christ.
You know,
I don't want to with that now, okay? That's like horrible. You're like asking me to deliver a child.
What if we ask Melina to paint your...
Melina, can you make mine better?
Can you help him? Do you have
I bet all the other paintings were so much better. I hadn't gotten to that part yet. And Lily goes bald when she plays League, so I figured...
And I talk about feelings while painting.
Uh-huh.
This seemed like a good idea.
Steve, talk about your feelings.
Yes, talk about your feelings, Stephen.
Waiting for it. Always.
Yeah, what's your deepest insecurity right now? Like, dying alone, not becoming anyone, losing people you care about, losing your sense of self.
Probably people judging me for the company that I keep.
I know where you're going with this. Do you ever have a serious answer? Are you insecure? So if you give a serious answer and you make yourself vulnerable, it might be used against you to hurt you. Wow, I should be like a therapist.
Oh my god, that's true, because you project so well. Like, you could totally just like project all of your problems onto your patients and then solve your own problems through your...
Observation? Theory?
I think one of the difficult things about doing content online today, depending on the space you're in, is it feels like people are looking for content creators to fill every single facet of their life, yeah. So like people in these red pill spaces will, when they argue with me, for instance, they're like, oh, well, you don't want to live a life like this guy because he has blah, 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 blah. And then I'll say, well, I'm not here to sell you my whole life. I don't think you should try to live my whole life. There are like a couple of ideas that I want you to take from me, right? Like a critical thought process or how to evaluate research or sources. Like, but that's it. I'm not trying to sell you my whole lifestyle. But it feels like when people online are looking at content creators today, they're looking for like the full lifestyle package, which I think is kind of weird and probably not healthy.
That was a good answer. I have nothing to add to that.
Oh, okay, my bad. Well, that's why I don't give you real answers, Lily, because every time I do, you just make me feel fucking awkward. Thanks. I want you to engage in that. How do you feel about all the young Asian women that look up to you? Wait, actually, unironically, does that ever happen?
Yeah, I do get a lot of young Asian women, yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Pretty, humbling, I guess.
Yeah.
Why do you look up to me? But at the same time, it's like, oh, thank you, you know?
When you go to like fan meets and stuff, is it mainly guys or mainly girls, or is it like 50-50 or? That's cool, that's awesome.
It's really, really cool, but then it's very, like, you know, what if I do something wrong or bad, and then they get disappointed in me, and then I can't live up to the expectations.
Oh yeah, we're like, none of your big scandals have come out. I noticed that, so good job on...
I think there's gonna... Never mind.
Wait, what does that mean? Is there a big scandal coming out? I was joking. Oh my god.
How do you see yourself streaming, Pete? You've been doing this for a very long time.
True, I've been.
Tired of it? Like...
No, I feel like a little aimless right now, so I'm trying to figure out what I want to do next. Yeah.
Maybe you should just, one day, if you're feeling bored, do like a hard pivot. Like a Valorant stream or something.
Yeah? Valo, that's what you guys call it, right? Valo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll think about it, okay? I did really well that one game I played with you. I was like 3rd place, you know? Yeah, it was pretty impressive, yeah. I know.
Okay, what do you think about this?
Why do you always... Lily, I look like I just swallowed a load. Why would you do this to me? Jesus Christ.
Wait, I'm gonna draw some cum stains on your shirt.
Oh, Lily, come on! And you're asking me to be serious.
Wait, oh my god, it actually... I didn't even think about it.
That's great. No, that's fine. In these red pill spaces, they all make fun of me for being gay, so it goes along with it.
Milk.
Sure, yeah, it is some kind of milk, okay?
It's light blue. I usually drew as like light blue, so it didn't show. So I have to use white, and I hope you understand.
Okay, I understand. No worries, Lily. I'm glad, you know, it goes along with your MAGA image to make fun of me for that, so. Oh my god. Here's a question I have for you. As a professional voice actor, how do you feel about the fact that a lot of movies today are turning to like standard celebs for voice acting?
It's been a thing forever though, since Aladdin.
Has it?
Yeah, so basically Robin Williams was offered the role of Genie.
Yeah.
Did so well. I think that kickstarted it. The celebrity as voice acting thing. It's always been a thing. Like they always do that. But once in a while you'll get some like new faces.
I feel like in the cartoon, I guess you're maybe a little bit right there. I guess I feel like there have been a couple examples, notably, that stood out as being really bad.
Okay.
I feel like The Lion King, the voice acting was not that good. Oh fuck, then you can't even talk about it. I did hear though that a lot of people were really critical in the trailers, but apparently Chris Pratt did a decent job for the Mario movie.
Fine. Like he actually did fine. I watched that. It was the voice I didn't like, or didn't agree with, let's say, was Peaches. Because you know how like historically she's had a very high pitched voice, right? But the voice they gave her was very low. And
Who was the voice actor? Oh, she's really famous. I guess I also feel like it's kind of shitty because like voice acting is like a very different thing than like acting, right? Like it's a whole different craft. And I feel like I'd be irritated if I practiced voice acting my whole life and then like celebs that have no background in it are starting to get like voice acting gigs. That feels like it'd be really frustrating.
Thought that of me too, though.
True, actually.
Genshin, people thought it was just because I was a celeb, and that kind of sucked because I actually auditioned and got it square. But I totally understand why people would think that. It's like you worked years and years for this, and then you know celebrities can just get it.
True.
It's true. I am envious. Like you get to voice all the cool Pixar, Disney, you know, all the cool animated movies.
In the Pixar movies, is it normally famous people doing the voice acting, or?
I'm not sure.
I guess actually, the more I think about it, you're actually right. Because like I'm thinking like Toy Story, it was like Woody Allen and. Yeah. So I guess maybe you're right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them. People will always use what sells, right? It's like whatever. It is what it is.
Okay, well.
This is beautiful.
I was looking for a much harder take there, Lily. Okay, I tried.
Oh really? Okay. I can give you a controversial take.
Yeah, give me one. How do you feel about A24 movies?
I love them.
Yeah.
Wait, are they bad?
No, I think it's really cool.
So aesthetic. It's like very visually pleasing. It's so I always feel like they're very thought-provoking. I love them.
I read an article once that the reason why one of the cool things about that studio is that it's in like the 90s and 2000s, a lot of the successful stories we had for movies came from these like mid-budget movies. So these movies where you're spending like $1 to $15 million to make them, and A24 churns out a lot of that because you can get a lot of original ideas, a lot of new cast members, a lot of new directors. It can be really experimental. But it feels like over the past 10 years, the movie industry has tended towards blockbusters. Like you're spending $50 million at the minimum, and it's got to be a huge like $1 billion affair. The Marvel movies, the Disney movies, and people kind of had like the lost art of like the kind of mid-budget movie. But a lot of the A24 stuff is really unique and cool because they're willing to explore those areas. Yeah. Mel, did you save that painting?
Can I see?
Wait, let me see first. It's my wife.
Oh my god. Mel, you're a god. How did she do this?
Oh yeah, I saw. Okay. Oh look how cute that is.
Your trees are so good.
Oh my god.
I love how you painted those.
Did I save it?
You saved it.
That's okay.
Wait,
I don't want her to get like such a big head.
Wait, this is so good.
Yeah, it's adorable.
You're so good.
What? This kind of looks like a little bit of like a horror movie though. Like it's just like.
Yeah,
paint people. I don't paint people.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I just do.
This is so. I love your use of colors. So good. Wow. This is excellent, Steven. You should teach him painting.
Well, we're basically like one flesh, you know, because we're like, yeah. So it's basically like my painting, you know, because we share our assets 50-50, you know. Yeah. If we can get divorced, you can take off my shit, then I can claim your paintings. So.
Is that how it works? Did you guys sign a?
Oh, and I signed a prenup. I love her.
Okay. I mean, just because you sign it doesn't mean you don't. You like. Don't people usually do it? I don't know.
Oh, wow, jeez. Oh, is that what Michael told you? I'm just kidding. I'm just...
No. Wait, don't people usually sign it?
It depends on what you want to do.
I thought that was normal. I don't know anything.
It's okay, Lily. That's.
I don't know.
You do what makes you happy, okay?
I will. I will do what makes me happy.
You absolutely should.
Probably gonna take a nap.
You're not getting any like brownie points. You know that, right? Like. Nothing. Lily just sucks up to people like so hard, and it's so cringe and so fake sometimes. I don't know why she does it.
I can't say anything.
Well, it's because like when you talk to me, you just like constantly tear me down, and then anytime you talk to somebody in my vicinity, you're just saying like compliment after compliment after compliment. And I know you're doing it because you're trying to make me feel like really jealous of the people that are around me, and you're trying to be like, no, look how nice I can be, but I'm gonna be nice to these people, and I'm never gonna be nice to you. So you're always putting me in a state of mind where I'm trying to like vie for your attention and vie for compliments from you, but I never get them, you know? And it just like doesn't feel good. But that's cool. I'm used to like manipulative, abusive people in my life, so it's all good.
Manipulation. You're good at manipulation.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
And Mel's good at painting.
And you're really good at being silver in Valorant.
You've all heard rumors of the demon Lilith, the daughter of hatred. Fear that shall pierce her heart. The chains that hold us to this world shall be cast off, and on my wings I shall lift us all to heaven.
Who are you to judge his divine will? Murder is a sin committed by mortals, not by he who created this world and breathed life into our kind. There is a time to act, and there is a time to sit in prayer and reflection. Tonin must learn this on his own. If he does, he will be welcome to stand with the
So it makes sense to use them in this video, but I will be referring during the video to all sorts of other profiling tools and other innovations. So let's run through what happens if you try and silicon a corner the wrong way. You don't need a massive profile when you're siliconing. I outlined all this in my previous video, but you just want to overlap the edge of the joint by a couple of millimeters each side. However, for today's video, I'm going to be using this 8mm profile because I want to make the silicon bead as exaggerated and large as possible for the purpose of demonstration. Now, those of you who've watched my original video will know that rather than cutting at the diagonal, as they're encouraging you to do on this nozzle, I'm going to cut directly at 90 degrees across the nozzle. So a couple of key points about why we cut the nozzle at 90 degrees. Point number one of the features of this tool is obviously it has these different thicknesses of profile. You need to squeeze out a bead of silicone which pretty much exactly, if slightly wider, matches the profile of the tool, so that when you drag the tool across the silicone, you're taking away a precise amount of silicone to leave a lovely clean line behind. You can't guarantee this if you do a diagonal cut on the nozzle. Point number 2. By cutting the nozzle at 90 degrees, you're giving yourself the best possible chance of forcing comprehensively as much silicone as possible into that joint without leaving any gaps. By cutting the nozzle at a diagonal and dragging the silicone along the joint, there's more chance you're going to leave gaps at the side of the joint, which is fine if you're tooling it straight away, but is a disaster if you're one of these people who insists on using a detergent spray as part of the process. Because the spray gets into the gaps, stops the silicone adhering, and the joint has failed before you've even finished it. How do you get the thickness of the nozzle right? Well, the best way to do this is trial and error. Experiment on a small area of joint, because the great thing about this tool, if you get it wrong, you can simply remove it with a right angle profile. And you'll know you haven't quite got it thick enough. When you draw the tool along, it's missing sections of the joint. And in the perfect scenario, you want to end up with a nozzle that's very slightly wider than the profile you're using. So, when you're doing a corner, you should always start with the vertical joint. We're pushing the silicone into the joint like so, and then using the tool, we're dragging it along the silicone to smooth it out beautifully. And this is the power of this tool. It produces such effortlessly straight lines. We can then clean off the residue with a bit of tissue. Ready for the next run. So far so good, but this is where everything tends to go wrong. Because at this point we think, right, let's proceed with the horizontal lines. So we start with this one, and then we do the next one. So this is where it gets quite tricky, because you've now got to somehow tool it round the corner whilst maintaining the lovely clean lines of the vertical joint you've just tooled. I'm going to start from this edge and scrape that out. It's not quite adhered in the corner, so I do a little bit more. And now we try and do the final stretch. The problem we've got is by getting close to the edge to try and drag it around the corner, we end up interfering with the vertical run, which we then try and tidy up after the event. And you start to get yourself into a bit of a mess. Now you might say that looked quite good, why did you need to do that? Well, I wanted to make it look as perfect as possible, but suddenly you can find yourself in a real mess, which is such a shame, because you've got these fantastic clean lines until you get to the corner. And then if you're really unlucky, you'll keep tooling it, and after it's skinned over, after a few minutes, it'll start to make juddering sort of shapes across the surface of what was previously a lovely clean straight line. So using the clever little right angle tool, I'm going to remove all that silicone we put on. This is why it pays to experiment, because when you can remove it that easily, why not practice on a small area before you start? So we're going to do the vertical section again.
Hvad skal jeg?
Ja. Jamen, det er fordi, det er store handsker. Hvis vi kan, hvad det hedder... Hvis du vil, så kan vi klippe spidserne af. Vi skal have den tak.
again. And now we're going to tool that up. And what I'm doing now is I'm just going down to the bottom and scraping it away from the corner, so that we've got a lovely clean line to start the horizontal sections. And this is the difference. Now that we've done that vertical silicon line, we're going to leave that to bond, so that when we do the horizontal lines, we're not interfering with or messing with the vertical line. So how long should you let that silicon bond for? Well, as you can see here, after about 3/4 of an hour to an hour, the silicon was nicely skinned over, but still a bit soft underneath. So I decided to leave the silicon overnight so that it was totally hard and very tough when I came to do the horizontal lines. And as you might know from one of my previous videos coming up on the screen now, silicon will bond to existing silicon, so there's no problem letting the vertical line go hard before doing the horizontal lines. So the profiling kit instructions themselves suggest that when you work on the floor grout lines, you start out of the corners in both directions. Well, I've got to be honest, I've made loads of attempts over the years to do that, and the problem is it's really hard to get a lovely, clean, seamless corner, because each time you start out from the corner, you end up dragging a little bit of silicon from the other line that meets it at 90 degrees. So I've got a much more simple technique for us DIYers, which basically involves one seamless movement round the entire corner. So I'm doing the 2 horizontal lines as before. But this time I'm taking the tool and I'm going all the way around the corner in one seamless movement. And I've got 2 tiny smears of silicon, which I'm just fine tuning, removing with the right angle edge of the tool. You end up with a corner which, whilst not perfect, isn't far off. One other important point to make about silicon in corners. If you're using one of the orange Kramer profiling tools with a clever little black insert guides that allow you to silicon across intersecting grout lines, you'll find that as you get towards the corner, the black insert on the tool does not allow you to get all the way into the corner. That's fine, you can just take it off, continue around the corner as I've just shown, and then put the insert back onto the tool to continue with the line. Now, I mentioned at the start of this video that I had a couple of other interesting tools to show you. The first is the Profiling Kit 7, which is reasonably new to the market. And what's really interesting about this kit is it's got this new corking knife with a saw and 2 scrape blades. Now, I particularly like this tool because in the past I've had to, when removing silicon, rely on either a Stanley knife or one of these scrapers. The problem with the Stanley knife is because of the design of it, you just can't get close enough into the corner really to scrape, to cut the silicon, which you kind of want to do in a line that's almost parallel with the side wall so that you don't scratch the wall. You've got a similar issue with the scraper that's just totally at the wrong angle. So in the past I've had to often make do by taking the blade out of the tool, which I wouldn't recommend to anyone, to get it into the right angle to start cutting away at the silicon. But this tool is much better. It gets much closer to the edge and you can see just how effective it is at scoring away the old silicon. Just too wide to silicon smoothly over transverse.
henter ham.
You've had more practice there than any.
You don't understand how orgasms work.
I promise you I understand how orgasms work. So that's why I'm trying to ask you to...
Okay, not at the level I do. Now, for his climax, if you will, he is in fight or flight. All right? And it's the antithesis for women. So women have to be in the sympathetic central nervous system, which means they have to be really hyped and excited and all that to get the lubrication, etc.
Okay, so parasympathetic and sympathetic have to do with alternating neural systems, basically control like the difference between fight or flight or at rest. I don't believe anything you just said is correct. Men are not in fight or flight mode when it comes to... Wait, hold on.
It is science. It is science.
No.
It's psychology. It absolutely is.
Stress is literally an antithesis to having an erection. Men do not do fight or flight.
Yes, they do. You know, survival of the white man. So I love it. I love to see white men doing their thing. No offense, y'all.
Wait. Which ex? You don't know any of her exes, number one.
I'm just telling you what they were
Sure, I understand.
saying.
I'm just saying, number one, you don't know any of her exes. And number two, the guy that lives in Japan you're thinking of is probably MLD, who never Melina's ex, no.
By the way, I was feeling like trash last time, so I'm good now.
Okay.
And yeah, so this should be better.
All right.
Do you consider yourself an alpha man, Destiny? And do you even buy into that whole alpha, beta, sigma, gamma, blah blah blah? So curious.
I mean, I don't really buy into the descriptors, but I mean, I imagine if there was a definition for alpha, I would probably match it. I kind of have a pretty big type A personality. I think I'm relatively successful at a pretty early age. I'm a pretty aggressive person. But yeah, but it's not, I don't usually describe people or think about people in terms of like alpha or beta. It's just not something I think about.
So that's something I find super fascinating about you, is that you don't like to create like absolutes or like put people in characters, or not characters is the wrong word, boxes or like categories. That's the word I was looking for. But like modern psychology and a lot of other things have done that.
Ask
So I'm
Vanilla
just so
about
curious
breastfeeding her
why
kid
you
until
don't
he was like
to do
7
that.
years old.
What was the last part of that? I'm sorry, you said psychology is like puts people in boxes and...
A lot of people like psychology and in different like marriage and family counseling and all kinds of things around relationships, they put people even in like personalities, like you have the personality, Myers-Briggs, all these things, but it seems like you're very much so like, oh, I don't want to be in a box, I don't want to be in that. I'm so
No, I mean,
curious.
I think people can go in boxes. I just think that the alpha beta boxes are dumb. But I mean, like, I mean, you can classify people. There are personality disorders, there are mental disorders, there are, I mean, diseases, there are, I mean, we can, yeah, there's like personality types or archetypes that we can probably talk about. The way that like alpha and beta is talked about, I think is usually described pretty incorrectly, but.
Like, and what would, can you hand me a water, please? How is it described incorrectly? I'm just curious.
I feel like when people talk about masculinity, especially in spaces like these, I feel like masculinity is oftentimes talked about with a lot of like kind of like false bravado or a lot of insecurity. Like if you think that you're the most masculine man because you're screaming the loudest or because you're making the biggest impression in the room because you're so afraid of what everybody else thinks about you, that doesn't come off to me as being very secure or very masculine.
Okay, I can actually agree with you on that. I do think that there's a lot of men in the quote red pill world that say they're masculine, but I just think they were losers in high school who never got laid, personally. And I actually do work with a lot of the men in the red pill, so I'm not saying this about all of them, but I think that if you took the platform away from them, like what can they say that they actually have? Like, for instance, you seem like you have some kind of skill that you do or do. I don't know.
It's apparently sometimes, yeah. I'm good at screaming at people.
Like scream. Okay, so that is your skill set. So you would be one of those people I'm talking about. If we take your platform away, like, what would you have? Oh my gosh. No, do you do something else? Do you have like a trade, or is this your trade? I'm just curious.
I mean, I don't know. I do stuff that's going to be peripheral to my stream is stuff that I do. So I think I'm pretty good at research. I think I'm reasonably intelligent. I'm a pretty aggressive personality type. I'm good at like managing teams of people. I mean, it depends. There's going to be a lot of skills I picked up as a result of this job, but everything is going to be right now in service of doing my streaming stuff.
Okay, so then you are one of those streamers then. Like, you're like, this is what you do full time.
Yep, I've done for 13 years. Yeah.
Wow, that's actually pretty impressive. I like that. So I was watching some of the clips that my team had cut up and posting some with you call her, it's your wife, correct? Is it wife?
Yeah,
Alina?
yeah, I usually call her she instead of it, but yeah. Yeah.
My bad.
No, you're good.
She. So I was watching some of the clips back, and I've been posting a few more and stuff that my team had cut up. And I'm just curious about the relationship dynamic. I think that people are very curious about how relationships work, right? Because what you see on social media, we know, is not the truth. People think like, oh, this person, their pictures and they're going viral. It's like, come on, they're showing the good aspects of their life. Like, we know that relationships take work. It's an effort on both parts. There's a lot of give and take. I know people think that I'm very outdated in my views, but I do believe it is a team effort. However, I believe that there's still one predominant energy that leads the whole dynamic. But my question is, and then I went off on my tangent, is how is it in an open relationship that you feel that, because you're polygamous or polyamorous?
Polygamy, I believe, is illegal in the United States, so I would say polyamorous or open.
Well, so in Vegas, in a few places, it's not. So, like, Mike Rashid openly claims that he's polygamous, and a few places you can get married. I think Utah is one of them. I'm not sure about Vegas, but Utah for sure. But anyways, so polyamorous. Do you feel demasculated in any way because, you know, you're letting your wife, she, penetrated by other men?
No, I imagine if it was something that made me feel emasculated, I probably wouldn't be involved in it.
Okay, so back to what you said about being an alpha man, or that you don't consider yourself alpha, but if there was blah 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 and you had to check a box, you would say yes, probably more that than the beta, right? That's what you said. Am I understanding you correctly?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. All right. So the characteristics of most alpha men is that they do not subscribe at all to the fact of sharing their women by any stretch of the imagination. If a woman cheats, she's for the streets, that type of thing. Or, you know, like when I say open relationships, men in the red pill, and say, yeah, on the man's side only. So I'm curious, like, how you kind of consider yourself this very aggressive, I would consider yourself aggressive, like very dominant, kind of, I don't know if dominant is the best word. I'd say aggressive for sure, and very much so a force to be reckoned with. I'll say that energy is still a man who is doing things that are considered more, quote, beta, which would be like sharing.
He once lived in this vault, the one you're trespassing in. Explain yourself.
I'm a student, conducting research on the Haraj Rim. What's left of you all, anyway?
A student, huh? You have a teacher? Don't tell me Lorath has taken another apprentice.
I don't need a teacher to study. Lilith threatens Sanctuary as we speak. I need to prepare for that. With or without help.
You? Against Lilith? Well, I came to get my things. I pray they were free from your meddling. I used to be like that girl. Had more dreams than I knew what to do with. Let me unseal this. The stone will need to be attuned to Lilith before Lorath marches up to her. It won't hold her well otherwise. I put together some notes on the process before I left. First things first, Lorath will need my notes. Soulstone magic is treacherous, even in the most skilled hands. Lilith hails from her father's domain. Hatred. That's the essence of attunement. I kept a map. Somewhere. Here. All the places Mephisto's hatred yet lingers. There's just one last thing.
Your woman. I think that's an interesting concept.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's really all a matter of perspective, and it's all a matter of like what masculinity or confidence means to you. Like if you've got a red pill guy that like insists that he needs to be open on his end and closed on the woman's end, and the woman can't even go out or have a male friend, I would consider that guy less masculine than an actual cuckold that like sits by and watches his woman get fucked. Because one of these people is confident, they know what they want, they get exactly what they want, and they're comfortable with the arrangement, and the other guy is so insecure he thinks that if his woman looks at another person that she's going to leave him for another guy. So I mean, like at the end of the day, it's all a matter of perspective. If you think that like being the most masculine is being like the most possessive or jealous of your girl while also trying to f as many women as possible, that could be your definition of masculinity. It just doesn't map on very well to what I would consider a good definition of masculinity. And I think that when you project that into other traits you have, it doesn't map on very well to high confidence as well. But I mean, like that's my take on it. But.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that is definitely an interesting concept about, I want to touch on the male friend thing, because this is a thing that I think there's still so much debate back and forth on, and I'm so curious. I mean, I guess you're the extreme because you let your wife, you know, be with other men. So, but for the modern person, a man by default really can be friends with a woman without there being sexual energy, and oftentimes that energy is acted on in that dynamic. And I think that maybe this is why men in red pill say like they wouldn't let their wife or women have male friends, because like a shoulder to cry on is an eggplant to ride on, like that kind of thinking. So what do you say to that? I know you're the exception, obviously, because your situation is like totally on that end, mine's totally on this end, but we're talking about regular people. Like, I mean,
yeah, I mean, if you think that, I guess as long as you're willing to have no female friends, then I guess as long as the relationship is equal, go for it.
Okay, so that's the concept right there. I think men are feeling like they're not able to be in that same category as a woman, meaning like they're not equal, because they feel like they can have female friends and then women cannot.
Well, if a woman can't have a male friend, how can a male have a female friend?
Well, because I'm guessing, just from like what I've known from being around the red pill, and a little bit what I believe too, is it is a double standard, but it is a double standard in regards to the fact that men typically shoulder most of the responsibility in the relationship dynamic.
How do you shoulder most of the responsibility in a relationship dynamic? What does that mean?
All right, I was going to say, so when it comes to providing, protecting, being the more dominant, I mean, I argued this concept on Jubilee, and I had a huge bodybuilder guy said, yeah, I'd let my girlfriend defend us if people came into the house. That was the prompt. I didn't ask the prompt, but if you know, I would let her do it and I would stay asleep. And I'm like, come on, bro. Like, she's 5, and I asked how tall she was. She was like 5'1". And I'm like, come on, bro. Like, you're honestly saying that you guys are equal in that moment. And so I think that there's a huge disconnect with the male feminists where they want to say, oh yeah, like, yeah, we're the same, but in actuality, we're just not. I'm not definitely saying
okay,
that.
Wait, real quick, before we go on too much, we're not the same, but like, I want to know what you mean when you say men shouldering most of the responsibility of the relationship. When I push for examples here, as soon as somebody says like protecting, like it's just we live in the first world, okay? We're not out on the streets getting attacked every single day. We don't live in third world fighting off like, you know, militant forces all the time, assassins. Like the idea that like protecting somebody is like your main point in a relationship that you're going through over and over again, not you necessarily, but people that bring this point up, like 99% of the time, nobody is ever going to be protecting somebody from violence in their life. That's just not the world we live in right now. So I completely toss that out. You say providing. A lot of women work today. I guess if you live in a single parent household, or rather a single earner household, where hopefully the woman has a child, because otherwise I don't know why she's not working, maybe I can see some argument there if the man is only providing, and then be the most dominant. I don't know what it means to be dominant in a relationship. You're gonna have to break that one down for me to explain that for me.
Yeah, I'll start with the protecting, because I really like to, and I take notes because I do have some concussions, so sometimes my short term isn't great.
Sure.
So I'm just doing that real quick. All right, so let's start with protecting. I do agree with you mostly on this. Yes, we do live in a third world. Or first world. I grew up in a third world. The technical term you're supposed to say is actually less developed. So I understand what it is like. I grew up in Thailand. I've been to 30-some countries. I'm very well traveled. I get it. I live in Orange County. This is the 7th richest area on the planet. So I understand what you're saying. However, I do think that times have changed and there's a lot more crime and violence and things that are happening. For instance, just in the neighboring town that I live in Irvine, there was recently a murder. It's only the 2nd ever in the history of Irvine and made in national news. And jewelry robbery, a personal friend of mine was just robbed and they took everything out of his store. So I think things like this are happening more. Maybe that's not the like going to happen every day, but I think that we have to consider that these things do happen and they're happening at
I understand these things do happen, okay? I just lived in Huntington Beach. I moved out of there a year and a half ago. You're in a very safe place. I know you're bringing up one murder and one robbery. Pretty sure Orange County has over 3 million people that live in it. I'm sure there's going to be some amount of crime that happens, but it is overwhelmingly a safe place. I don't think there's any place around there. You can go down to the actual beach and up and down. I don't think I've ever felt unsafe. Like sometimes homeless people will scream at you if you're in like Venice or whatever, but like I don't think there's a place where it's like, God, like I need somebody to like engage in physical combat with me right now or on my behalf. Like it just overwhelmingly with the deals that or the issues that we deal with in life right now are not related to combat or security in like the developed world. It's just not the case.
I can understand what you're saying. And Alex, I'm gonna kick your you know what. My name is spelled wrong. It's like my pet peeve. 2 N's, please.
Sorry. You spelled it yourself. I didn't actually edit your name, but I can change it for you.
Okay, all right, we won't debate this, but okay, so Huntington scares me, by the way, Destiny.
Well, what do you want me to change? What letter?
It's 2 N's, 2 N's, 2 L's, 3 E's.
Wait,
I think I already taught.
That's what it is. There's 2 N's and there's 2 L's.
Oh, no, she's saying at the very, very, very top left.
If that's not visible, then don't worry about it. But
okay. Yeah, I'll change it.
Okay, it's all good. But just people have hard enough time finding me with them wanting to cancel me every 5 minutes. But anyway, so Huntington is quite scary. I will say Destiny with the KKK being so prominently there, but that's a B-side. You're right. As a general rule of thumb, I think that yes, that is not something that's happening every single day, but it is something that you still have to think about. When we talk about providing, yes, I do agree that there are most families today, there's 2 people working. And again, let's leave the outliers out, because here in Newport, the wife's probably not working, right? She's at home going to Pilates, buying $12 juices, happy bars, all that stuff she's doing. She's not happy hours. She's not working. But in middle America, regular couples, they probably are working on some level. But I would argue that the brunt of the financial responsibility in most cases lies on the man.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe you have studies that show me otherwise. Simply because, first of all, I'm with you on the wage gap. I do think women are starting to make the same amount of money and in some cases out earning. But I also believe that as a general rule of thumb, men are still primarily making more in different scenarios. It just depends on what you're referring to. Obviously in OnlyFans, we talked about this last time, it's not happening. So I think in that regards, it is the man still is just a little bit more, and the woman, like you said, she should be home taking care of the children and nurturing, etc. And then the last one, you said being the loudest. What was the last example you said, Destiny? Something about being the loudest, like.
I don't know. When you say being dominant, what does it mean to be dominant in a relationship? Without alluding to fighting or combat or assassinations or warfare, like.
Yeah, but it's interesting that you bring that up. Actually, about thank you very much, Alex. About the dominant and the warfare. I think that we have a huge challenge with. I put this on my threads today. Men and women want to be in control of the relationship today. Primarily, they do. They want to control everything, except when it comes to paying for the check at the end of the dinner date or their orgasmic potential. And then they want to blame the man because they didn't have one, or they want the man to pay. But when it comes to them actually having, like, I want equality, but then when they get equality, a lot of times they really don't want it. And so I think that this is the challenge that we're having today. If you talk about women in combat, I know it might not look like
of this plan.
The bones are there. Lilith aims to take Mephisto's power for herself. Before she can reach him, we use the Soul Stone on her.
Preparing the stone will take time we don't have. Why don't we fight her?
Who among us? You. Her corrupted blood still runs in your veins. No. Fighting her kind is always a last resort. Even if you could defeat her, she'd eventually come back. But a smarter weapon, the stone, would be up to the challenge.
Soul stones usually fail, given enough time. It might not work.
You can make it work. There's no one I trust more to do it.
The wind is picking up. I can't see her. Thaisa!
I'll find her.
But I was in the army. I do not believe that women should be allowed in the army at all. At least in
why?
Because
The vast majority of roles in any military discipline is not like active combat, active.
Well, I was just gonna say, if they're not roles that are like office work, etc., things like that, where their emotions can't take over and they become scattered, and it's just too chaotic. Like, and sometimes just by means of women being smaller in stature and men being bigger, if you're on the front lines. And
okay, I feel like if you're talking about emotional stability, I'm pretty sure literally every study you can ever cite is going to show that women have higher emotional stability than men do. But I mean,
but not in the states of I would argue that not in the states of like trauma and things like that.
It matters not. Her part is done. Your part is done too. Savor your breath. While it lasts.
I'm not ready yet. I'm low on I'm not ready yet.
If you're
In the
talking
space
about
of trauma? Absolutely. What do you mean?
well, you're going to talk about childbirth. I'm talking about guns and things coming at you.
Or-
I think that for like, if you're on the front lines, we're talking about war and things like that. And I was more referring to the physical strength of a woman being in the front lines or being in a place where there are infantry or things like that, where it's your life. And I am 5'8", and I'm like 140 soaking wet, and I work out.
In his chronicles, if he had seen us, two old friends reunited, new allies eager to learn from our vast knowledge, bound as one against the encroaching darkness, like the Haradrim of old. They were probably lost and bitter, just like us. But Cain had a gift for seeing the good in people. One thing was certain, at least. Lilith meant to devour Mephisto and claim his power as her own. Had that been her goal all along? Not sanctuary, but a bid to reign in hell. And Elias, the damned fool, was too blind to see it. Perhaps we weren't perfect, but we knew we had to make a stand. We were the world's only hope.
I'm not ready yet. I need time to prepare that.
I shouldn't be admitting this, but saving children, right? That was great, but saving you guys is better.
Yeah, man, this is tough, bro.
At the moment, we are currently on tour, so that's why we're in this setup. It looks a little bit different. We're sitting. We weren't going to do any videos while we was out here, but
what happened?
Some things happened.
Cause this motherfucker told me that this shit happened, and then I was like, okay, what?
While we were out here taking dubs on tour, you know, doing some of our first live shows. Let me just say, meeting you guys in person has been amazing.
Great.
Some big news just dropped. YouTube made some decisions.
No.
Let's go. Ready? Here we go. 3,
No.
2,
No.
And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Fit Podcast, man. We got a very important announcement for you guys. Let's get into the show.
Let's go.
I need time to prepare that.
This might be one of the last times you guys hear this intro.
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You guys can hear this intro as often as you want if you go to Rumble.
No way.
All right, and we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh and Fit Podcast, man. As you guys know, we had a show scheduled earlier with Psych Hacks, but we had to cancel because we got some really, sucky news.
Crazy news.
Yeah, crazy news, real talk.
Yeah.
Right now, we're live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble. And guys, I mean,
is this the end, bro? Because we got some bad news, man. I mean, When I heard, I was shocked because I mean, we love YouTube, man.
Yeah.
We love streaming.
Yeah.
And at this point, I feel like our whole lives are revolved around streaming and like adding value to people online. It's just like it won't be the same, bro.
Yeah.
What we heard.
In 2020, guys, as you guys know, I was working for the government, right? I was a special agent of Homeland Security. He worked for, fuck it, Wix, we'll just call it.
Yeah.
Right?
Wix.com, yeah.
All right, so this is their like little sob moment where they relive the tales of the good days, you know? So I'm just gonna put 1.5 because I don't give a fuck.
And, he was a tech support. I was arresting bad guys, etc. We started this podcast. We did our first episode on October 26th, 2020. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
And, Chris was there. The apartment was all empty and shit.
You guys remember the days before we started just making a podcast where we shit on women every day? Remember the days where you used to work at Wix and you were a loser, and then I used to put out like illegal immigrants behind bars, and then we got together and we're just like, yo, these fucking whores, and we made millions. Man, the good old days. Dumb whores. You're whack.
November 14th. Internal Affairs. Hey, we need you to come in for an interview. And I'm like, God, here we go, right? And I'm working at the government, sitting at my desk, writing up a report, and I see this email. This is 2020 November. And I go, I let my supervisor know, hey, I gotta go up to, the Internal Affairs office, right? Because it's not the same building as us. And, I go over there and they take my phone. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what's going on here? And then, they didn't want to tell me, but they're like, hey, it's part of an internal investigation. Next day I meet up with the special agent in charge, and they tell me, hey, it has to do with your YouTube. And right there I clicked. I was like, wait, hold on. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, you probably can't work for the FBI and also be like, yo, these fucking whores, man. Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, the FBI is probably gonna frown on that.
Yeah.
The FBI is probably gonna have a problem with that.
Homeland Security is probably not wanting some dude just be like, hey, yo, these whores deserve less. I like that this even needed a conversation. Like, even working as a government clerk, you probably can't have a YouTube channel doing this
No.
shit. But anyways.
You probably think I'm recording videos on my phone. Like, that's what it is, which was a fucking, like, iPhone 6 or 7 or piece of shit. What ended up happening is I had to make a really tough decision that month. I remember going back and forth, trying to negotiate, trying to figure out what we're going to do. And, they're like, no, like, you have to pick one. You have to either, you're going to be a YouTuber, or you can be a special agent homeland, but you're not going to do both. And I had to make that decision. I remember you were there. Yeah. We had Andrew here. And I was like, well, we got people working for us now. There's people that depend on us. You had to pretty much quit your gig. So I was like, all right, I'm going to resign. And I walked in December 5th, turned in all my stuff. And, I walked with in the U.S. government. It was a good, six-figure job. It was stable. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. You guys know on my Cut Reacts. You guys see how I talk when I'm talking on that channel. And, and I haven't, I tell you guys that story to tell you that I haven't felt like that since today. And it sucks, guys. It really does suck. Fortunately, we made some moves, etc. And we kind of knew that the type of content that we make, for us to be able to give you this content, we have to. It comes at a cost. It comes at a cost, and it will be here forever. Yeah. And Flash always said this. Enjoy us while you can. Yeah.
They thought it was capping, man.
Yeah.
They thought it was a joke.
And we made moves on the side, knowing that this could potentially happen. And guys, the channel has been kicked off the YouTube Partner Program. Just keep it straight.
If you look right now, you can't even super chat or
you can't even super chat right now.
Okay, they're just off the partner program.
That's 95% of their revenue.
Yes.
So it's not just they make their money. Listen, for all the shit I talk, they are top 3 in terms of how much money people donate. The amount of dudes who want to be like, they have the panel with the women and the dudes donate $100 to be like, tell that dumb whore with the blonde wig that her daddy doesn't love her. Like, there's dudes who paying that every day.
Mm-hmm.
So, they were top of the line. That's how they made their money.
Yeah, they're the only fans of YouTube.
Sure. Yep.
So this is the beginning of the end of this era. So we are in trolling chat. So
yeah. So you literally can't. Yeah, man. So it's so basically, we're gonna figure out what's going on because we don't even really know all the details. We're working with YouTube to try to come to a middle ground and work together and figure this out. But for now,
we don't even know why.
We Don't know the specific reason.
But we don't, in any form or fashion, hate YouTube or want to go at them. We're just saying, you know what, we wish we knew the reason why, but we respect, for them to use the platform and keeping us here for a while, and we appreciate it.
Yeah.
But
and the thing is that you guys know, right, on this pod, we push the edge, right? We push the envelope. We're not gonna lie about that. Like, we give you guys the real deal when it comes to getting in shape, when it comes to
money, girls,
dating, improving yourself, etc. And unfortunately, to be able to give people real advice that they can take in real life and apply to the real world, you have to have uncomfortable conversations about uncomfortable topics in uncomfortable times.
I said it when they did the whole monkey thing.
Yeah. I didn't realize that when Fresh and Fit put out that live stream and said they were going to nuke our channel, they just ended up nuking their own. So, if you're proud of this, congratulations, brother. You played yourself. I don't think there's much to be said. I wouldn't be surprised if the YouTube channel gets deleted. Fresh. My man's 28 going on 80, and I don't want that to be you guys. And that's why today's sponsor, T.H. Henley's coming in to save the day. I get compliments on my skin all the time. People be asking, what's your skincare routine? How do you get your skin? And for a lot of fellas, talking about skincare is a little bit awkward because either we're too ashamed to do it or it seems a little bit too feminine. But the truth is, having rough skin or having all these little dents everywhere isn't something that you necessarily want, especially if it's things that you can easily avoid through very, very good products. I recommend going through that process. And that's where T.H. Henley comes in. They got a great system in place where you can use their products to achieve your skincare goals. I personally recommend that you start with the level 1 system, which comes with all the basics. A daily face wash, which gets rid of all the dirt and grime on your face.
So even though these guys were bringing in so much money to YouTube and their income, they weren't worth the negative cost that they potentially would bring with a bad press story. And that's what these guys are. They're a bad news story waiting to happen. The New York Times will probably write something someday about misogyny being rampant on YouTube, or racism or whatever it is being rampant on YouTube, and they're going to play clips of these guys doing monkey noises and calling people all kinds of things, right? Or doing the KK, putting on the white hood, right? They're going to play those clips. YouTube doesn't need that kind of bad advertising. You want to be able to be free to do whatever you want. YouTube says, sure, but we're not going to make you part of the partner program. We're not going to allow you to make money off this site because we don't want to be associated with your brand. So they're sitting here now like they don't get it, but like all these conspiracy theories that they've been bringing on their platform, all the dumb shit that they've done, they want to sit here and cry about it now, but I already said you were willing to throw away your platform to do the dumbest, unfunniest jokes possible, the dumbest minstrel show. So it's easy to sit here and be like, oh, this is so devastating, but you weren't really thinking about your platform or maintaining your shit when you were doing that dumb stuff. It's easy to say, oh, I care about my girl. I can't believe she left me. You were cheating on her for 5 years. You cheated on her with her sister. You were doing flagrant dumb shit, and then you want to cry afterwards about how much you cared. It's kind of hard for me to take it seriously. I don't want nobody to lose their stuff, but it wasn't surprising to me the same way it's not surprising when the other guy loses.
You called it. I told Preach in private. I said they're probably gonna lose their shit over this. And I was the one to say I was not believing in that because to be honest with you, sometimes when stuff like that happens, I really don't believe in the system. I don't believe in things that are in place, and sometimes I'm like, experience that I had in life of like I don't believe in what they say. When I mean I'm talking about the system in place and the rules, right? I feel like sometimes it's not fair, and I was like, maybe not, probably not. And then it just takes time, I guess. Yeah. It just takes a whole lot of time for them to sit down and be like, you know what? Let's just review this. Yep. The same way that it took time for Tate. Like they need to rally everything up and watch and put a file together to just justify this. That's the same thing that happened there.
This stuff could even happen to me and Preach someday.
It could.
That's why you don't celebrate this kind of stuff.
No.
Because, we have takes that are probably not the most popular when it comes to trans women, sports, or whatever it is. And, I've always accepted that I'm probably going to lose this platform someday. So when that happens, I'll be okay with it. I'll be at peace. It'll suck, but it is what it is. I'm not married to this thing. I understand it. But I also try to take steps to be smart about what battles I choose. Not every battle's worth fighting. When a dude's putting on a monkey suit or putting on a clan hood, I'm not trying to be on that level of dumbness. right?
And you're gonna be able to say that, oh well, you know what? That when they did that, they were not on YouTube. Still linked.
Like I said, they don't like the press. If they
don't
say
like the press.
YouTuber is out here wearing a hood, making it doesn't matter whether it was on or off the platform. It looks bad for the platform. It looks bad for their business, and that's what it is. YouTube is a business at the end of the day.
Guys, it's about to be an election year. You know what I mean? We're talking about certain points, and we brought up certain points that might not be politically correct, right? That might not necessarily align with everyone's viewpoints, right? And we've worked really hard to bring people on that have different viewpoints, right? Some of them very controversial, some of them that may or may not be politically correct. And that's unfortunately the risk that you take when you make the kind of content that we do.
Even other platforms, look at Rumble. They're taking a huge beating on the stock market.
Yeah,
I mean, they're up.
Despite having one of the best years for revenue and for views and everything. And
so this comes at a cost no matter who you are.
Yeah.
Company, individual, creator.
Yep.
And a lot of you guys want to be aspiring RP creators as well, and I respect that, but just know at a certain level, it will cost you a price you got to pay. And I think me and Myron understand this, and we were saying, you know what? At some point, we're going to have to deal with this price, and today's the day.
Yeah. Yeah. And my thing is, guys, more than ever, real talk, more than ever, I know a lot of you guys send me messages, and trust me, I look at them. I really do look at them. And as a matter of fact, I save them too. So I sent some of them to Fresh today.
Yeah.
When you guys send me your DMs and say, yo, you saved my life. Yo, you send me a picture of your credit score. Yo, my girl is making sandwiches now, or whatever it is, right?
Yo, don't kill me, bro. Don't kill me, bro. Don't kill me. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, YouTube, I'm mad that you banned these niggas, bro. We need more women making sandwiches, bro. Yo, we need more sandwiches in our life. Yo, I can't believe. You imagine this fucking dweeb on a date? Yo, what you used to do? I used to be a federal agent. What do you do now? Man, I help men get their women to make fucking sandwiches, whore. Oh my god, he didn't say it. He said that.
Guys, we're getting attacked on all angles. I've been like, whether it's the press writing articles on us, videos getting taken down that other channels are not getting taken down and it's the same exact content or whatever it may be, Rumble getting hit, right, for free speech, video, like just get strikes, whatever it may be. Guys, it's gotten to the point now where even where we shoot the location doesn't want us to stay here.
Yeah.
Right? But, dude, there is a matrix, man. Like
that's what I just said to you.
Oh, yo, these guys are such cornballs. All these matrix-loving losers, like, they never address all the lies they tell. They never address all the fucking factual evidence that they love to provide, the fucking bro science that they believe in. They just blame the Matrix. It's crazy how they say women are allergic to accountability, but these motherfuckers run to the Matrix when it comes to accountability.
I mean, we've talked about this with Andrew at length. Like, people don't want you guys to get this message, dude.
Even Rumble's under attack too,
bro.
For everybody.
Yeah, they're trying to shut Rumble down.
I think at some point there was free speech where it was like, okay, you know what? You say what you gotta say. We'll crucify you. But nowadays, free speech is kind of like, is it even a thing? I mean, not really.
Stop bringing up free speech. Like, it's not about free speech. You have the right to say. That's why you weren't banned from the platform entirely. They're just saying you're not going to make money from us, which is entirely acceptable. Like, you guys are demanding that YouTube pay you, that YouTube employ you. Why would... Imagine if I came to your job and I said you had to employ me. Under what circumstance do I have the responsibility to continue paying you when you're doing stuff that's detrimental to my business? That's not free speech. You want a fucking handout. You want them to just give you stuff because you feel you're entitled.
They want to end out like those girls that want to be paid.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think it's fair to say to YouTube, if you guys are going to terminate this, you should be able to tell us why. But it's not act like your fucking dossier is free of issues. Let's not act like YouTube hasn't spoken to you numerous times about the DMCA strikes, about the other things that y'all been doing, or the strikes that you guys have been given, or the warnings that you've received. Y'all acting like y'all got fired out of nowhere.
I'm not ready.
Bruv, we've all seen you get called into the office a few times. Stop. I'm not going to watch any more of this. I think it's pathetic watching grown men refuse to take any accountability for any of the situations they're in. I think them going to Rumble is going to be a big L, as it has been for pretty much every creator who's transferred over there. But hopefully if they're able to make good short form content on YouTube or on TikTok and that gets them more viewership, then I think their stuff will keep growing. But if they don't do that, then I think over time the viewership numbers are gonna tweeter out as they become less relevant. But it'll probably take a couple years. Anything else you want to say?
No. You were right.
Yeah.
I got nothing else to say, but you were right. You know, when it comes to this shit, you know your shit.
Hey, bro, I just tell you, man, when I see people make bad moves, like as a business owner, I'm like, I can see why your business is
I didn't think it would happen.
I'll tell you, YouTube is serious about their business. I also say this. Y'all said y'all were gonna end our careers.
That's weird. That's where that happened. I was thinking.
Y'all said, y'all did a whole live stream saying you were gonna end our careers.
They also said that they would lap us. But
all right, listen.
It's
good luck. Y'all gonna need it.
Godspeed.
And if worse comes to worse, you can stop helping dudes make their girlfriends make sandwiches and go back to being a fed. And Fresh, you can go back to bagging groceries and sleeping with sugar babies. Anything else? I don't give a fuck. I said I was gonna take the high road, but fuck these niggas.
There was a little bit of a low road there.
Fuck these.
Anyways, when karma happens, the same way that a woman talks shit and be like, "What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?" and then pushes the motherfucker, and just push the person and push the person, and what you gonna do? And goes the extreme thing and just push his head and gets decked. I'm like, karma. I'm not for it, but karma. What happened should have happened. What should have happened happened, and it is what it is.
Yeah. That being said, coconuts in Barbados. Coconuts in Barbados.
You foul.
Yo, listen, I'm about to hit up H3. I'm like, yo, listen, my enemy of my enemy.
And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Fit Podcast, man. We got a very important announcement for you guys. Let's get into the show.
Let's go.
All right, and we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh and Fit Podcast, man. As you guys know, we had a show scheduled earlier with Psych Hacks, but we had to cancel because we got some really, sucky news.
Crazy news.
Yeah, crazy news, real talk.
Yeah.
Right now, we're live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble. And guys, I mean,
is this the end, bro? Because we got some bad news, man. I mean, when I heard, I was shocked because I mean, we love YouTube, man.
Yeah.
We love streaming.
Yeah.
And at this point, I feel like our whole lives are revolved around streaming and like adding value to people online. It's just like it won't be the same, bro.
Yeah.
What we heard.
In 2020, guys, as you guys know, I was working for the government, right?
Club.
Yeah.
Morning.
18th. Internal affair. Gotta go. For 7, it was a piece of shit. Through here, it was a good, 6-figure job to tell. And yeah, man. So it's we don't know
a Rumble
from making
so well.
We'll still be posting on YouTube, right, to a degree, right, completely free as usual. But guys, it's expensive to run this. I mean, I really hate to even have this conversation with y'all, but we have a staff of like 20 people.
Being
100% transparent with y'all.
We make it look easy, guys, but like we have people that work for us that legit have a need and depend on us.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for this current platform right now, they wouldn't eat. Neither their kids. So it's kind of like,
especially Mo.
Well, that nigga been eating for a while. But the point is that like right now, guys, like we're being genuine here and telling you, look, listen, we need your help. And if ever before you appreciate the content, you gain value from getting your credit score up, getting a girlfriend or wife, or even getting money from Money Mondays, guys, like we need the help today.
Yeah,
on Rumble.
We really do. We really do, because, and I hate to even say this, man, because it's like we prided ourselves on like, yo, we're just gonna show up every week. We're gonna give y'all 6 shows completely free. You don't have to send in a super chat if you don't want to. Just watch the content. Will be cool. But I don't know what it is.
And we've made investments ourselves as well, real estate as well as other businesses. So we are on some level stable.
Yeah.
But to keep this running,
to keep this
high
running
quality,
at this level,
the guests and what we spend to even get people out here, it's a lot. And people that work for us. So
yeah. To run. The reason why, guys, we're able to continue updating equipment, right? Like, I know y'all made jokes about the internet, whatever. We get stuff fixed quick like that because we made investments into the equipment. Guys, I have backup microphones. I have backup mixers. I have backup equipment that is really expensive, right? But I had that there for the show. Like, y'all see me, I wear the same clothes. You guys make fun of me. Myron, you wear the same stuff. You got no drip, blah, blah, blah. I do it because I'm like, yo, the only thing that matters is the pod. Like, I don't care about me looking good and being flashy and all that stuff. And Fresh was like, nah, I don't care about it either. Like, he gave up all his cars pretty much, watches, all that stuff, because we're like, bro, we need to be all in with the podcast. We need to invest in the podcast. And we invested more in recruiting, getting Chris the resources he needs, because we have like a whole operation where like getting girls on the show. Guys, it's extremely difficult. How many people have you seen try to do what we do? We're bringing girls on and absolutely fail and quit. We've been doing it consistently for 3 years. Guys, and that eats up so much money, so much time, so much resources. But we said, you know what? We're going to continue to invest in it because you guys want the content. We're not going to quit. We're going to keep giving you guys what you guys wanted from the beginning.
And especially with our reputation. Guys, it is not easy getting guests for the show or girls, just so you know.
Yeah.
It looks easy because we do it every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but it's not easy for Chris, for us. So understand your support.
That's why Chris is so fat right now and alcoholic. I mean, if I'm going to keep it all the way 1,000 with y'all, like if I'm going to be all the way, like a big reason why we don't like shit on Chris so much, even though we should, right? For his drinking and shit. Like, bro, he has a stressful ass job.
Yeah.
Like, he really has a stressful ass job. All these other channels are trying to do what Chris is doing.
Yeah.
And they can't do it.
Thanks.
And the only reason we're able to do it is because we invest in it. We believe in Chris. Chris has a whole team underneath him.
Shit. I mean, we did a show on Wednesday to show appreciation for Chris.
Yeah.
Because all the work he puts in.
Yeah. So, guys, I'm not saying this to be like, oh my God, feel sorry for us, but it's like for us to run the show at this level, right, where we are competing with some of the top podcasts in the world that are heavily funded, have sponsors, etc. We don't have sponsors like that, guys. Because look at the content that we make. We're bringing on really controversial guests, talking about really controversial topics. Guys, we had a debate on a certain topic that I won't even go into that other people would never touch.
Yeah.
Who else is doing that? Giving you guys consistent value, etc. And when I stand on this, when I truly say we have saved more lives and saved more men's and impacted more men's lives than any other podcast on any platform.
And it
I
shows.
can concretely say that thanks to you guys.
And it shows wherever we go. Fresh and Fit, you guys saved my life. Yo, you changed my entire life. I'm now happy because I was so depressed. It's just like wherever we go, Dubai, Canada, UK, even here in Miami,
Romania,
wherever we go, man.
People,
I was in Jamaica, bro, for an event. People came up to me.
Yeah,
that's real.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, man. So, like, again, this is kind of what it is. Like I said before, we pride ourselves on like not charging out, and we're still not going to tell you guys like, oh yeah, you have to blah blah blah. But if you can, right, subscribe on Rumble, guys. It's $5, man.
Yeah,
it's nothing.
Actually, Chris,
locals is 20
can
bucks.
show you guys as well.
Yeah, we'll show y'all how to do it. We'll show screen.
But to show even more, we're gonna be moving the studio to a bigger, better location as well with your support.
I wasn't even gonna tell y'all that. I was gonna surprise you guys. But yeah, guys, we man, we're gonna be all the way transparent.
Yeah. See, okay, someone already joined already. Sam World Z47. So is that so you need to open up the Fresh and Fit Rumble account and then go to subscribe at the very bottom right. So the chat has to be open and the live chat as well.
You know what, man? I'm just gonna say it, guys. We're getting attacked on all angles. I've been like, whether it's the press writing articles on us, videos getting taken down that other channels are not getting taken down, and it's the same exact content or whatever it may be. Rumble getting hit, right, for free speech. Video, like, just get strikes, whatever it may be. Guys, it's gotten to the point now where even where we shoot the location doesn't want us to stay here.
Yeah.
I didn't want to fucking have to say that shit. I really didn't want to have to admit that. I wanted to just move the studio, surprise you guys. Yo, new studio, it's lit, right? But, dude, there is a matrix, man. Like, I mean, we've talked about this with Andrew at length. Like, people don't want you guys to get this message, dude.
Even Rumble's under attack too,
bro.
For everybody.
Yeah, they're trying to shut Rumble down.
I think at some point there was free speech where it was like, okay, you know what? Say what you got to say. We won't crucify you. But nowadays, free speech is kind of like, is it even a thing? I mean, not really.
And and I've already put a considerable amount of my money into this new studio for you guys. I already put it in. I'm like all in. You know what I mean? And it's okay. I'm never gonna say, well, I'm doing this, blah blah blah, and I hate doing this. I love doing this. I'd be lying to you guys if I didn't say I didn't love doing this. I left a job that I truly loved to do this, right? Because I shouldn't be admitting this, but saving children, right? That was great, but saving you guys is better.
Yeah, man, this is tough, bro, because we put our lives into this, you know. We didn't miss a day, honestly. It's tough. We gave up so much to give you guys value. So, yep. It's current status. But yeah, Chris, how you feeling, bro?
I mean, it's tough, guys. Because at the end of the day, you guys have been with us from the beginning, from the start. The merch gang, the chat, the mods. You guys know the work we put in, the effort, the hours. You guys see me, me, Myron, Fresh Mo, putting in work. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to people that actually tune in every day. I see you guys, and it's just one of those things, man. We put in, the energy, time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears. You guys saw our journey from the start to finish. When we first broke 100 live viewers on stream, I remember the day and I was like, yo, we got 100 live viewers. This is lit. I saw the post and I still remember the day, the feeling. And it's just tough. That's why I continue to work my ass off on getting high quality girls on the show. Even though some days I don't feel like dealing with these 304s, I still do it. I get upset when we don't have shows. We have to cancel shows because I know you guys look forward to, hey, Chris, I'm driving home from work. I can't wait to see after hours. As soon as I cancel after hours, you guys are like, yo, what's going on? So I get that, what the show means to a lot of you guys. And yeah, I mean,
and not only that, but like, imagine giving up your entire life to support people that you care about, even at the detriment of you losing your job, you having social life, you actually being present at vacations or outside environments, and you say, you know what, Nah, screw all that. We care about you guys over our feelings, how we feel at the moment, and we won't miss a show for you guys. Look at Myron, bro. Like Myron, I mean, shit. I put in work, but Myron goes extra mile just to give you guys like a piece of his soul, bro. Like this guy, like legit, dedicated his life, left his career to be with you guys. And for anyone saying that this is fake, this is not fake at all. This is genuine. How we feel, generally how we feel about, you know, what's happening, and like all the work that we put into this. It's been like 3 years, and you know, it's not easy because we gave up a lot, and you know, we made a lot of impact too as well to people, but it came at a cost. And I can't say on camera everything that happened behind the scenes, but if you guys really understood what we gave up to keep doing this, when you say El Chris, El Mo, El Myron, whatever, like, you understand, at the very beginning, we were going through some terrible things. Death threats, people coming at our doorstep. Like, you have no idea what we went through to keep this going. And then to be not told why we're being taken off the platform like that in the program is kind of crazy, because putting a lot of work, man. So I just mean, thanks for your support, man. That's it.
And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Fit Podcast After Hours Edition. We're joined with 7 lovely ladies. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
Nobody cares, bro. Get out. Get out.
Go. Put your shoes on outside. You don't got to put them on in here.
I know the night is not as it would seem. I must believe in something, so I'll make myself believe it. This night
All right. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Fit Podcast After Hours Edition. We're joined with 7 lovely ladies. Quick announcement before we get into the show. Number one, rumble.com/freshandfit, because we're no longer in YouTube jail. Woo! We're on YouTube death row. So I need y'all to go and support us over there on rumble.com/freshandfit. We had an announcement for y'all.
Last show.
As you guys know, we got put on pretty much, we're off the partner program. So if you guys really want to support, we kind of saw this coming. You guys got to support us over there on rumble.com/freshandfit. Do us a favor. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's only $5. Join in as a member. We're making emotes for you guys right now as we speak. Mo's talking with our people in our community. So we're gonna make funny emotes for you guys.
Discord gang.
Me looking like I don't know, like an Arab, and Fresh being black.
This.
Yeah, Fresh being black.
And actually, we're also gonna host a party for you guys, 500K followers on Rumble. So hop into that, man. Let's party, have some fun together. See you guys soon.
We got a lot of plans for y'all. Big things coming next month.
Oh yeah, big guests coming next month.
Yeah, really big guests.
Cool. Nigga, not you. Not you, bro. Not you again, man.
Just say, all I'm going to say is we're going to fight the Matrix together. Woo! That's all I'm going to say. You guys can go ahead and take from that what you want. We're going to fight the Matrix together. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Shout out to Neo.
Yeah, rumble.com/freshandfit, guys. Go check us out over there. Also, freshandfit.locals.com, guys. Join right now.
Yeah.
Like I said before, subscribe on Rumble, right? Become a member, and then go ahead and check us out on locals.com.
So just to bring you guys up to date, we gained
it's only $20.
200 plus members on locals, and then we gained 800 plus members on Rumble. So shout out to you guys for supporting. Yeah, 1,000 people on Rumble minimum.
Yeah, so that we can keep running the show for y'all. Because like as you guys know, it ain't cheap to run the show, man. Yeah. So thank you so much for the support. And then get the merch, freshandfitstore.com, guys. Go and check us out over there. You want to get t-shirts? Go get the Chris the Bum shirt, because Chris is a bum. It's out there right now in the store, so go get it.
He's a nice bum.
He's a nice bum. Yeah. And then canceled.
Yeah, canceled.
Yeah, well, go check us out on Fresh Fit Clips, guys. We're gonna still post on there. I'm gonna figure out how we can go about it the best way. But yeah,
if we can.
Yeah, I guess go follow it, right? And then also check us out on Spotify, guys. We post every day on Spotify. Mo is posting video and audio over there, so we're on Spotify. So
if
check
you're
us
in your
out.
car, you're a trucker, man, you're on the
Yeah.
road, hop into Spotify, man.
Yeah, we're working something out with Spotify as well, so we'll see what happens
Ooh,
there.
yeah.
And then, Fresh, you want to tell about your...
Canceled.
But
What is not canceled is my CEO network, man. Guys, how about
But in the meantime, go get my book. Why?
I do emails. We don't pay guests to come on. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just put Atlantic City.
Mentally.
Find is it Air
dating status? If you want to, of course.
Your body count.
And we're gonna start. Sorry. Without further ado, ladies, if you don't mind, and shout out to our sponsor, Gorilla Mind Rush, as well.
Yeah.
But
facts.
One of the few, actually, like one of our few sponsors that doesn't
still
like
with us.
scare.
Yeah.
What town?
Like I'm like 20 minutes away from Atlantic City, the casinos.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just put Atlantic City. Is it still?
Lovely Marie.
First name is Lovely.
Lovely Marie. Yes.
Okay. What do you do for work?
I am a model, and then Jayla and I have a show called The Peanut Gallery.
You and who? I'm sorry.
Jayla.
Oh, okay.
That guy-
Okay.
that guy
cool.
right there. The Peanut
Okay.
Gallery.
So you said a model and then a show. What kind?
Years. Right now, I'm pissing the water.
Very technical issue.
I wouldn't eat that.
We'll be back short. We'll be back very shortly. Yeah. Yo, where are they?
So you guys are watching the video, huh? You guys are taking this down. This is
Have y'all seen Travis Barker's daughter lately? You hadn't? It just shows you how strong this hip hop is, because she went from this to this.
We ain't together when I'm with him, he know I'm the realest. Ain't got no oppositions, all these bitches and they feelings. But listen, who the fuck y'all talking to? I'm Alabama, get to know me, I might spaz on you. I'm walking in, it's 20 bitches staring, yeah, I'm cool. I know I smell so good, it's Baccarat, Van Cleef perfume.
Have y'all seen Travis Barker's daughter lately? You hadn't? It just shows you how strong this hip hop is, because she went from this to this.
We ain't together when I'm with him, he know I'm the realest. Ain't got no oppositions, all these bitches and they feelings. But listen, who the fuck y'all talking to? I'm Alabama, get to know me, I might spaz on you. I'm walking in, it's 20 bitches staring, yeah, I'm cool. I know I smell so good, it's Baccarat, Van Cleef perfume.
Have y'all seen?
Only gay actors should play gay parts. Only Welsh actors, so Michael Sheen, should play Welsh characters, and so on and so on and so on.
Conversation's a nuance.
But the moment we have dwarf roles, which are the most famous dwarf roles in Hollywood history, then the only people apparently who can't play them are dwarf actors.
weren't dwarf
And I
roles.
see there
It's a cartoon
stinking
here.
woke hypocrisy.
It was a cartoon. Those weren't actually dwarfs in the movie. They were drawn, okay? So firstly...
They were drawn as dwarfs.
No, that is...
But it's a
literally
story
like
about dwarfs, sir.
Dwarfs. Well, they
It's a
shouldn't be
story
called that.
about
They should be
dwarfs.
called...
They shouldn't be called dwarfs.
No, they should be called people with dwarfism.
They shouldn't be called... What's wrong with being called dwarf?
That's the story.
Dylan, apparently you're not allowed to call yourself a dwarf.
I would love to hear, what should I call myself, sir?
I think you should call yourself whatever you feel comfortable with, but as a person...
He calls himself a dwarf.
Well, that's great.
If dwarf actors in Hollywood are not picked to play those roles, I don't know what roles you're supposed to be playing. Only gay actors should play gay parts. Only Welsh actors, so Michael Sheen, should play Welsh.
Have y'all seen Travis Barker's daughter lately? You hadn't. It just shows you how strong this hip hop is, because she went from this to this.
We ain't together when I'm with him, he know I'm the realest. Ain't got no oppositions, all these bitches in they feelings. But
Okay. Yeah.
listen, who the fuck y'all talking to? I'm Alabama, get to know me, I might spaz on you. I'm walking in, it's 20 bitches staring, yeah, I'm cool. I know I smell so good.
Travis Barker has finally spoken about why he can't stand Kim Kardashian, who he once crushed on.
I'd actually overheard one of my friends talking, who was like a brother to me, and I had heard him talking to someone else, and he was like, yo, like, Travis seems a little different, you know? He seems a little bit
Yeah.
low.
As far as we can remember, Travis had something fishy going on with Kim, and Travis's ex-wife, Shanna, has called out Kim a million times for sleeping with her husband. But what's shocking is how Travis, who once was rumored to be cheating on his wife with Kim, can't stand her now. Does this have to do with their shady history together, or is Travis hiding his cheating scandal with his newly found hate for Kim? Let's find out. Travis and Kim's cheating scandal. Shanna Moakler accused Travis of cheating on her with Kim Kardashian, and she confessed that she wasn't relying on any rumors. Instead, she caught the two of them cheating on her with her own eyes. In an interview with Us Weekly, Shanna said, "I divorced my ex because I saw them. I caught them having an affair." Shanna alleged that they were hooking up while Travis was still married to her, and they were reworking their marriage. Rumor has it that they hooked up when Travis met Kim, who worked as Paris Hilton's assistant. Travis has also mentioned his encounter with Kim while she was the closet girl for Paris in his memoirs. Travis and Paris Hilton hooked up for a brief period, and according to Travis's book, that's when he got close to her. Travis said,
Yeah.
Yeah, jag tror jag ombord.
Said in the book, I kept on secretly checking out Kim, telling Lil Chris, I don't care if she's the closet girl, she's fucking hot. He was describing how he checked Kim out while she accompanied Hilton and Travis on a trip to Amsterdam. According to Travis, he continued to be in contact with Kim after they returned to the US from the trip. They also went on dinners, and as much as people would
Ja, men det skal jeg nok. Kom her ind. Nå.
think that he was boning her, he wasn't. Instead, he was a total gentleman to her. It was weird for him too, but it was what his heart told him to do. That's what Travis says about the relationship. He has refuted the cheating claims several times. In an interview with Us Weekly, he confessed, I had a
He told me I'm not gonna make it, I told him you crazy. My name is exotic, I get foreign checks when they pay me.
Travis Barker's daughter, Alabama, has a message for haters of her new music.
All three of them have toured with me since they were like 2 years old. So it's kind of all they know.
The 17-year-old continues to follow in her dad's musical footsteps and teased a new unreleased rap track.
He told me I'm not gonna make it, I told him you crazy. My name is exotic, I get foreign checks when they pay me. I got it engraved in the minds of scratching the pavement. Record labels telling me I'm the greatest. Functions and I'm up to the latest.
I did write this all by myself in my room.
The new track seems to have gotten mixed reactions, with some criticizing her for rapping about overcoming struggles while she grew up in a famous family. But Alabama's brushing it off and even posted the song again.
He told me I'm not gonna make it, I told him you crazy.
One fan writes in the
I'm really free to let them try anything.
Ja. Hvad er der gjort med han oppe på værelset? Ja. Lad være med at pille det veninder, så begynder det bare på. Bare sådan som hvordan det man kan. Lækker. Nej, det er dig, der slår den.
I think as long as it's not something dangerous or not age appropriate.
Speaking of age appropriate, Travis Barker is not here for creepy DMs, especially when they involve his underage daughter, Alabama. The 43-year-old musician spoke out on Thursday after learning 20-year-old drummer Graham Sirota has been direct messaging his 13-year-old daughter. The Echo Smith band member has reportedly been messaging Alabama compliments and party invites since 2016.
I allow them to do really whatever they want at a young age. Like, they've dressed themselves, they've colored their hair.
Travis may allow his kids to express themselves, but he doesn't want anyone getting the wrong impression. Travis told The Blast he was disgusted and felt Graham's actions have been, quote, predatory, telling the outlet, quote, there is nothing cool, normal, or okay about it at all. Now, Graham is apologizing for his actions. In a statement released to ET on Thursday, the drummer admits he was unaware of Alabama's age. Quote, I didn't realize she was a minor and assumed she was my age. I made a careless mistake, and this is a big lesson for me. I would like to apologize again to Alabama, her dad Travis, and her family.
ikke sidder og lege alvidende fortæller og overdommer i den her sag, så jeg vil anbefale alle, der har lidt mere en almen interesse i sagen, at gå ind på Twitch og se hans vlog, så I selv kan danne jeres egen mening omkring sagen. Men igennem den her længere snak, der er der basically, som jeg ser det, 4 kritikpunkter, han kommer med, så lad os bare dissekere dem og tage dem fra en ende af. Og jeg forbeholder mig i hvert fald retten til at forsvare mig selv, når jeg synes, min karakter bliver angrebet. Lad os starte med reaktionskanalerne.
Men nu har jeg lidt selv en, der kører.
Det her det er lidt en tohovedet hydra, hvor jeg ser 2 aspekter i sagen. Det ene er, at jeg har lavet en reaktionskanal, og det andet er, at anklagen kommer fra ham af. Lad os starte med, at han anklager mig, hvilket jeg synes er noget ambivalent pudsigt noget. Jeg ser 2 muligheder, der ligger til grunden for, hvordan han kan vælge at kommunikere på den her måde. A, at han enten er overdrevet modig og bare selvsikker og står ved sin holdning og siger, hey, du har en reaktionskanal. Eller B, som nok er den mest sandsynlige, at han er en ret dobbeltmoralsk, ignorant, nævnyttig type med en meget, meget slidt hukommelse.
Men når man så kører den ud til at lave en kanal selv, hvor man har reaktionsvideoer.
Og nu er jeg ikke din spindoktor. Jeg har ikke ansvaret for at undervise dig retorisk, men et lille forsigtigt word of advice fra mig til dig, det vil være, at hvis jeg var i din situation, så ville jeg nok være den sidste, der trak. Hvorfor har du en reaktionskanalkortet?
Så havde jeg reageret til en musikvideo. Bare det. Det er fucking talentløst.
Og jeg er overhovedet ikke noget mastermind, fordi jeg sidder og påpeger et tidligere standpunkt, du havde i dit liv. Men selv din chat er ret hurtig til at komme til konklusionen, at hey Jax, burde du sidder og sige det her, når du egentlig selv har været ret ambivalent omkring det her topic.
Når man lander på, hvor meget selvindsigt man har, du gjorde jo også skrig med reaktionsvideo.
Og det er her slaget skal stå, det er her kampen skal vindes. Det er vendepunktet. Hvilket argument svarer du tilbage med?
Ja.
Men ikke rigtig noget. Det er lidt af en catch-22 situation, du har sat dig selv i faktisk. Noget af en kattepin, fordi på den ene side, så vil du rigtig gerne kritisere mig for, at jeg har en reaktionskanal, selvom jeg tidligere kritiserede dem. Men præcis samme situation finder du lidt déjà vu-agtigt dig selv i, for du har gjort præcis de samme skridt i din karriere. Så hvad er alternativet? At du bare lader mig drive min forretning, som jeg vil, men det er du jo heller ikke helt acceptabel overfor. What to do?
Det var no hate til Johnny, men altså...
Og jeg bliver nødt til at sige, at jeg absolut ikke anerkender det her fredspibe-røgslør, du er ved at dække hele situationen op med. For du kan ikke sige no hate til Johnny, hvor du efterfølgende kalder mig for whack, ikke sjov og hyklerisk. Alle de ting, der nærmest er indbegrebet af hate på vægtskålen, de vejer altså lidt tungere, end det du førhen sagde med no hate. Der er masser af hate her. Jeg hater også selv rigtig meget. Jeg synes bare, du skal stå ved det, det vil klæde dig bedre. Det svarer til at være i et skænderi med din ven, veninde, kæreste, kone, forældre, whatever, hvor du fortæller dem, lad os ikke skændes, jeg vil ikke diskutere, men for the record, så er du dum, grim, ignorant og en stor fed søko. Men jeg vil ikke skændes, så lad os lade det ligge. Sådan fungerer verden ikke rigtigt. Du kan ikke give mig den her pædagogiske sandwich, hvor du siger, Johnny, jeg synes, du er rigtig sød og dejlig, og vi er venner, med nogle store fede blader, blader, men jeg kan godt lide dig. Sådan fungerer verden ikke.
Men du indrømmer også selv, at din reaktionsvideo ikke ligefrem er Oscar værd.
Og lad mig understrege, hvor ualmindeligt lykkelig jeg er for, at du har tilstrækkelig selvindsigt til at indse, at din egen reaktionsvideo ikke ligefrem er Oscar-statuetter værdige. Fordi det giver dig point på scoretavlen i en kamp, hvor du ifølge mit eget forsigtige personlige standpunkt er ualmindeligt langt bagud, og det virker urealistisk lige pt. At vinde kampen. Men grønne tal på karma-kontoen, for at du i det mindste har den selvindsigt, det vil jeg sige. Og netop Oscar-statuette-snakken gør, at vi tager hul på den resterende andel, de tilbageværende 50% af hele den her reaktionskanal-snak, som jeg ser det i hvert fald. Første del, det var jo netop, at du anklagede mig for at have en reaktionskanal, men den anden del er, hvordan jeg så retfærdiggør at have min egen reaktionskanal. Jeg startede med at være rigtig meget efter Jax og Mark med min reaktionskanal, hvor jeg gjorde tykt grin med dem og deres kanaler. Og det er her en af de lidt større argumenter mod mig kommer.
Hykleri, nice.
Selve ordet hykleri betyder per definition, at man foregiver at have en eller anden holdning. Eksempelvis, jeg synes reaktionskanaler er noget værd pis. Men i virkeligheden, bag facaden, så deler man slet ikke den her overbevisning, så er det faktisk bare løgn, det man siger. Og det er her, vi nok semantisk kommer til at slås lidt med klingerne, hvis det her det klinger, det ved jeg ikke helt. Fordi er det hyklerisk, hvis jeg engang sagde, at reaktionskanaler er pis, og jeg den dag i dag har en reaktionskanal, men stadigvæk synes, at de er pis. Jeg synes stadigvæk, at remixet indhold, hvor man tager andres content og bare bidrager med en lille smule af sit eget, er noget af det nemmere, ret ligegyldige indhold på YouTube. Samtidig havde jeg tankegangen, if you can't beat them, join them. Og uanset hvor meget jeg gjorde nar med Jackstyle og Mark, så kunne jeg godt se, at det virkede. Og i Marks famous words, som han har sagt flere gange, det er det folk vil have. Så jeg lavede selv en, men jeg prøvede så, apropos Oscar-statuettesnak, at gøre en dyd ud af, at i hvert fald op mod 50% af mine reaktionsvideoer, det var mig, der reagerede på, snakkede om eller bidrog med content til det content, jeg så. Sådan at når jeg sender det videre i YouTubes økosystem, så har jeg bidraget med mere indhold, end det jeg sad og så det giver mening for folk at se den her video med mig som tilskuer. Jeg synes først, at det bliver noget virkelig laveste fællesnævner skrald. Når man eksempelvis sidder og ser et stand-up show, i hvad der føles som flere minutters lange, tandudtrækkende øjeblikke, og så på et tidspunkt at lige give et lille bitte forsigtigt. Her synes jeg egentlig bare, at man reuploader noget content, uden at give det sit eget særpræg. Det er jeg meget imod. Men alt det her er en gråzone, som vi kan diskutere fra morgen til aften. Hvornår bidrager man så nok til noget content, til at man kan kalde det sit delvis eget content? I don't know. Så lad os lade være med at gå ned ad den vej, fordi det kan blive noget værd flueknæpperi. Så at the end of the day, så handler det for mig personligt om, at jeg kan gå med oprejst panden, når jeg går igennem et hus og ned til min familie, og jeg kan sove godt om natten og være stolt af det arbejde, jeg laver. Og det kan jeg. Jeg laver en video eller 2 om ugen på min main-kanal. Jeg laver en video hver dag på min gaming-kanal. 2 til 3 om ugen på min reaktionskanal og 1 til 2 om ugen på min engelske kanal. Så hvad er det, en 12-13 videoer i gennemsnit om ugen, jeg poster? Jeg synes, jeg bidrager rigeligt med content til det danske YouTube-økosystem. Og derfor har jeg ikke noget imod, at nogle af mine videoer er eksempelvis reaktionsvideoer, hvor jeg har lagt og lægger stadig blod, sved og tårer i det stykke arbejde, jeg leverer til YouTube. Og derfor kan jeg sagtens se mig selv i øjnene, når jeg står op om morgenen og kigger i spejlet og siger, wow, der er godt nok en gammel, træt, slidt mand. Andet kritikpunkt, han kommer med, er, at jeg sælger merchandise. Og hvordan kan jeg det, når jeg tidligere har været så meget imod folk, der gør det?
Jeg synes bare, det er sådan måske lidt sjovt at også sidde og køre hussigang-jokes, og så stadig selv have merch.
Igen bliver jeg bare nødt til at stå sådan lidt uforstående tilbage med et akavet smil og spørge, hvad var det, du sagde, alt det her, det havde med den subgoal-video, jeg lavede til dig at gøre?
Altså, det er jo bare lidt hylderisk, og så sådan gøre grin med noget, og så 6 måneder til 12 måneder efter, så selv gør det jo.
Og det er et validt kritikpunkt, du kommer med her, fordi man kan jo ikke gøre grin med noget, som man selv sælger. Right?
Merch, guys, jackdollar.dk, gå ind og køb det. Køb merch, hussigang.
Ja, det er bogstaveligt talt minutter for inden, hvor du sidder på din egen stream og laver hussigang, dab, merch, jokes. Jeg håber, at jeg fremstår som en gut, der har rimelig meget selvironi og selvindsigt. Og da jeg lancerede, at jeg lavede merchandise, var jeg udmærket godt klar over, hvilket scenarie jeg ville løbe direkte ind i. Selv hvis jeg havde en Infinity Stone, og jeg kunne se alle de alternative realityer, der ville være, så er jeg ret sikker på, at alle scenarier, de ville føre til præcis det her sted, hvor jeg ville blive kaldt ud for at lave merchandise, når jeg selv havde kritiseret det. Jeg ville virkelig være en ignorant tåb med skyklapper på, hvis ikke selv jeg havde forudset det her. Så da jeg lancerede det hele, der gjorde jeg det med små meme-klip fra min egen sang, hvor jeg gør nar af folk, der sælger merchandise, som jeg havde klippet ind, og ligesom at smøre tykt på og understrege, at jeg ved godt det her. Det er lidt et douchebag move at lave. Men når det så er sagt, så vil jeg gerne lige slå en krølle på at sige, det jeg hovedsageligt det meste af tiden har gjort nar af, det er hans overentusiastiske og dramatiske måde at sælge merchandise på. Jeg sælger også merchandise, men vil våge at påstå, at jeg ikke helt gør det på samme måde. Jeg gør også nogle gange nar af hele YouTube-kanaler, og sådan en har jeg også selv, så kan jeg tillade mig det. Hvis jeg levede af at være professionel fodboldspiller, måtte jeg så ikke gøre nar af andre dårligere professionelle fodboldspillere, fordi at jeg selv gør det, eller jeg synes ikke helt argumentet holder vand. Men jeg har tidligere kritiseret merchandise-sælgere og gør det selv nu. Man har et standpunkt, til man tager et nyt. Noget, som jeg er ret sikker på, du har prøvet før.
Det er fucking talentløst.
Men når det er afklaret, synes jeg, der er noget andet, vi burde bringe på banen. Fordi for lige omkring en måneds tid siden, der skrev jeg med Alexander Husum ganske kort, og jeg forklarede ham, at det har altid været med et glimt i øjet, og absolut intet ondt, når jeg har brugt klip eller jokes på hans bekostning, og at jeg udmærket godt ved, at han ikke synes, jeg er verdens sjoveste person, og ikke altid sætter pris på de valg, jeg tager, men han skulle bare vide, der er ikke noget ondt i det fra min side. Det har der aldrig været med hensyn til nogen YouTuber. Derfor så robber det mig sgu lidt på den forkerte måde, når du kommer ind og tager kampen for Alexander Husum. Jeg er ret sikker på, at Husum han er en voksen mand, der ikke behøver, at du kommer ind på en hvid hest og tager skænderiet for ham. Jeg er udmærket godt klar over, at I er gode venner, og der er sikkert ikke altid blevet sagt ganske pæne ting om mig, når I har været på tomandshånd. Men jeg føler lidt, den her situation er ligesom, når komikere eksempelvis laver jokes på fede menneskers bekostning. Så er der en, der rejser sig op og råber, det kan du fandme ikke være bekendt, nogen burde skyde dig. Men lige ved siden af sidder der en tyk person og griner af situationen, fordi de har selvøvning og godt kan se det sjove i jokesene. Men du er blevet andengrads krænket. Du er krænket på nogle andres vejen og føler, at du skal tage skænderiet. Og det synes jeg er en latterlig måde at handle på. Og så skal vi huske, at både Husum, merchandise, reaktionskanal, det hele, det udsprang fra en video, jeg lavede om subgoals. Jax, hvor kommer alt det her fra? Jeg følte virkelig, du skulle have skrevet til mig, hvis jeg gjorde en række ting, der gjorde dig utilpas, eller ked af det, eller sur, eller vred, eller whatever. Jeg føler, jeg er en ganske fornuftig person, som er ret nem at tale med, og hvis du har skrevet nogle af de her emner til mig, så er jeg sikker på, at vi bare kunne have håndteret den under 4 øjne, i stedet for at lave alt det her. hvor jeg blev nødt til at sidde og forsvare mig selv. Og du går og bærer på tingene indespærret så lang tid, så ender du med at implodere, og så går det fuldstændig i selvsving, hvor man bare laver et outburst, og så kommer det hele på én gang. That ain't healthy, man. Tredje kritikpunkt, du kommer med, er basically, at jeg er et eller andet drama-magnet.
Nu synes jeg bare heller ikke, kan man sige, hele mit indhold, det er at gøre grin med folk mere i hvert fald. Jeg godt kunne bruge noget mere, kan man sige, humor, der ikke går ud over folk. Eller går ud over, kan man sige, sine andre YouTubers.
Her bliver jeg bare prompte nødsaget til at pointere, at det er da nok den mest højrøvede, hellige pedestalholdning, man kan barrikadere sig selv med, når man går i forsvar. Det er ligesom en ryger, der bliver til en ikke-ryger, og nu tager han på et eller andet korstogskampagne for bare at shame alle, som stadigvæk ryger, fordi nu er han endelig blevet ikke-ryger. Igen. Ganske careful word of advice. Jeg tror ikke, du er den person, der er i den bedste position til at komme med de her råd. In the famous words of H.C. Andersen, der var en gang. For var der ikke engang, der var en Julia Kobia-skandale, hvor de fleste af os valgte at tage lidt på det, grine lidt af det, måske lave lidt sketches omkring det, og så komme videre. Hvorimod andre, de valgte at lave adskillige 15 minutters lange videoer, hvor de snakkede om politianklager, diskuterede med Julias far, screenshottede Facebook-beskeder og meget mere. Jeg mener, damn boy! Der kan man da tale om drama. Og de berømte ord, der var en gang, de kan lynhurtigt blive udskiftet med der er. For der er inden for rimelig tid vel også en situation, hvor Jackson har diskuteret online med Draxil live på Twitch.
Hvorfor snakker du ikke ordentligt?
Jeg snakker da også ordentligt.
Det gør du da ikke. Du sidder og
Det gør jeg da. Hvad mener du? Jeg snakker da pisse ordentligt.
Jeg skal ikke være pædagogisk overhovedet, der bestemmer hvem der
Jeg snakker da også ordentligt.
Det gør du da ikke. Du sidder og
Det gør jeg da. Hvad mener du? Jeg snakker da pisse ordentligt.
Jeg skal ikke være pædagogisk overhovedet til position til at komme med de her råd. In the famous words of H.C. Andersen, der var en gang. For var der ikke engang, der var en Julia Kobia-skandale, hvor de fleste af os valgte at tage lidt på det, grine lidt af det, måske lave lidt sketches omkring det, og så komme videre. Hvorimod andre, de valgte at lave adskillige 15 minutters lange videoer, hvor de snakkede om politianklager, diskuterede med Julias far, screenshottede Facebook-beskeder og meget mere. Jeg mener, damn boy! Der kan man da tale om drama. Og de berømte ord, der var en gang, de kan lynhurtigt blive udskiftet med der er. For der er inden for rimelig tid vel også en situation, hvor Jackson har diskuteret online med Draxil live på Twitch.
Hvorfor snakker du ikke ordentligt?
Jeg snakker da også ordentligt.
Det gør du da ikke. Du sidder og
Det gør jeg da. Hvad mener du? Jeg snakker da pisse ordentligt.
Jeg skal ikke være pædagogisk overhovedet, der bestemmer hvem der startede eller hvem der fik ret. Men lad os lige et øjeblik overveje, at du har diskuteret med en mand, jeg er forholdsvis overbevist om har en psykisk lidelse. En diagnose. Then again, nu skal jeg passe på mit ordvalg, fordi
der findes ikke psykiske sygdomme.
Uanset hvem der har lagt op til hvad, så synes jeg ikke, man hakker på mentalt handicappede personer. Og der er vel også en situation inden for rimelig tid, hvor der var en vis herre, der fik frataget sit kommentarfelt, fordi han havde grinet af små børn, der kyssede hinanden. Jeg føler mig helt som en superskurk, fordi at det er nødvendigt at pointere de her ting. Men speaker ikke the truth. A man gotta defend himself. I forhold til den mængde videoer, jeg laver, så synes jeg, det er en rigtig grov generalisering at sige, at alt mit indhold er dramabaseret. Jeg synes, jeg laver rigtig meget gaming, komik, satire, sketches, whatever, som ikke har noget som helst med drama at gøre. Men fair nok, der er drama på min kanal. Uden tvivl. Men jeg tror, vi to har forskellige opfattelser af ordet drama. Det har altid været mit mål, at der skulle være glimt i øjet, når der var noget som helst drama. Selv dengang jeg lavede Jeg maler Husum-videoen, der skrev jeg upfront til Husum, at jeg lavede den bare ligesom et heads up, og at jeg ikke mente noget ondt med det. Da jeg lavede Jeg maler Julia Kobia-videoen, da alt det her det var på sit højeste med hende, skrev jeg også til hende upfront. Og Fie diss-track, som gjorde mig kendt, det tror jeg de fleste efterhånden ved, at det er almen viden, at Fie hun bedte selv om diss-tracket, og Fie og jeg har mødtes en håndfuld gange, og vi har altid snakket ganske fint sammen, og der har aldrig været noget. Og jeg synes lige snart, det udvikler sig til ægte drama off-camera, så gider jeg ærligt talt ikke at bruge tid på det. Især fordi, at jeg oftest er den ældste i lokalet, og derfor så føler jeg, at jeg bliver nødt til at være den større person, og ægte drama, det skal jeg ærligt talt ikke beskæftige mig med eller bruge tid på. Så har jeg vigtigere ting, som eksempelvis at tage mig af min familie. Jeg prøver bare at underholde og gøre det med et glimt i øjet, så jeg tror, vi to har vidt forskellige opfattelser af drama, fordi at ud fra din historik, så ser det ud som om, at det er ægte drama, du har beskæftiget dig en del med. Og derfor sætter jeg ikke pris på at blive smidt i den her kasse. Det er fint nok, at du nu er blevet ikke-ryger, men oh boy, du skal ikke glemme den tid, hvor du i sandhed fyldt askebæret helt op. Det sidste og endelige kritikpunkt, det er, at du absolut ikke synes, at jeg er sjov. Det er en subjektiv holdning, og det kan jeg ikke klandre dig for. Det vil svare til, at jeg synes, at du var en idiot, fordi du synes solbærsaft smagte af helvede til. Det er din holdning, det er bare sådan, du har det. Det kan jeg ikke rigtig kritisere dig for. Men oh boy, jeg skal love for, at du smurt tyk på.
Det er jo ikke sjovt, guys. Jeg synes, det er sjovt. Altså, nu ser jeg ikke ligefrem det sjove i det lige nu, men at man trækker en helt vildt ud med det, det synes jeg, det er lidt wack.
Twitch, det kan være et så toxic sted, det er helt vanvittigt. Folk, de er så dramagrådige. Hvis de kan krasse et eller andet sammen med det yderste af neglene, bare for at få et eller andet frem i folk, der gør, de diskuterer, skændes, beefer, laver drama, så gør de det gerne. Altså, det er virkelig... det er mange shady typer, der sidder derinde, men jeg har aldrig sagt noget dårligt om hverken Jax eller Mark inde på Twitch, men jeg skal love for, at tjenesten den ikke helt bliver gengældt i den her lille